everyone.
Hello!
Hi,
Yes, everything
everybody.
is sound, everything is good.
Long
It's
time no
been a
see.
while
How
since I
are
streamed.
you?
Guys, did you notice? We're art fight themed.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, looks so cool.
Look at that.
I gotta say,
It's
thank you for
edited background.
thank you for choosing Team Seafoam because this color is gorgeous.
That's literally why I fucking chose the
It
theme.
matches your jacket.
Man,
Or
it's so
you're
good.
seafoam
Yeah, I'm
colored.
already seafoam colored. And honestly, Mars, you're Stardust colored, so it's kind of funny. Too bad you're not
That's
a
hilarious.
drawing artist. That would have been really
Ori,
funny.
You gotta change my vest.
No. Too much work, Mars. I did this like yesterday. I was like, oh.
Swap.
Easy.
Oh wait, I'm holding a teacup. See, I'm
yeah.
I'm
There you
Team
go.
Seafoam.
There
Team
you go.
Seafoam. Bleh, I can't talk anymore. I'm so sorry.
You can choose dichotomy, or you can be sorted randomly. It's your choice. But I always try to choose because I want to have a choice on what cool stuff.
See, I would personally go for the Hogwarts pseudo house sorting with the teams, just because like surprises are fun.
I just like the color palette so much, and like a lot of things get like it's like, oh, your thing gets thumbnails and stuff. So I chose this time because both Seafoam and Stardust really fun. Last year I was like, no, werewolves better than vampires in like a vacuum,
down.
right? In like a vacuum. Hello, Hans. Thank you, my favorite.
Hey, Hans.
See, I've won just because the vast majority of people in your server
I'll let
are
you in on a
redheads.
secret, Hans. I'm also a brunette.
I've won, Mars. Don't even. I've won.
I can be brunette number 2. I'm okay with that.
There you go.
I've accepted my lot in life. It's not a lot,
Indeed.
but it's my life.
Oh, we didn't greet everybody individually. Hello, Everlasting Fae.
Hello, MP.
Dichotomy,
Hello,
MP, Pastry Puff.
Hello, Hans.
And of course, Hans.
Hello, Dichotomy. Everlasting
Yeah,
Fae,
Hans,
welcome.
We look the coolest as our avatars. We're lame
this is what
in real life.
To look like.
Okay, can I brag?
Speak for yourself.
Can I brag?
I'm a badass.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
okay, like I don't dress this cool in real life, okay?
Okay, no, I gotta be honest. Nowadays, I am always in scrubs.
But
I don't have to think about what I wear in the morning, so that's kind of nice.
I want to brag, okay? I was on vacation with Dylan last week, and my parents. We go to my grandmother's house down south, and we go to the beach, and it's nice, and it's fun. And it's the first time Dylan's come, and he actually had a good time. He always kind of dreads it because he's not a fan of, like, the vacations his family takes. I'm like, nah, it's not like that. It's very relaxing. We have a good time. It's really great. And he really loved it, and he had a good time. So I'm very happy about that. But he took like a couple pictures of us. We went like clothes shopping and stuff, and he ended up showing like the people at his work when he came back. And now, of course, my mother has told me I'm beautiful, and Dylan tells me I'm beautiful. You know, like they kind of have to. You know, they're kind of required. But the women,
they better be telling you
exactly,
24/7.
exactly. But the women at his work were like, "Oh, did Ori use a filter?" And I was like, "Oh, wow,
that's where you win."
Really?
It's when.
Oh,
okay. Has anyone else seen that post, especially if you identify as female in the chat, or guy, you know, because this could happen to either or? Have you seen that post where it's like when a guy compliments me and tells me how pretty I am? Oh, gee, thanks, I guess. When a girl compliments me, oh, you really like it? I just got it from Sears. Like it's no big deal.
Well, that's my favorite when it's like
real.
like, you know, guy compliments you on what you're wearing. Like, okay, whatever. Girl comes to you, oh my god, I got it on sale from Kohl's, and
yes.
Oh, it has pockets.
Like that's the way to do it.
So it's great. Hans, it's actually really funny you say.
Does that work in reverse? Like, do people who identify as male go like, oh, a girl compliments me, whatever, when a guy compliments like, oh, thanks, bro, I got this from...
I would love to hear. But Hans, it's really funny you say that. I've gotten, quote unquote, more into fashion in my like later years in this life, but in a lazy way.
Actually afford it.
Well, but it's in a lazy way, and the lazy way is I like follow this one person I can't remember I think her name is the Stitches, like Duchess, but with
Oh, that
stitches.
sounds familiar.
And she like gave like a like information on like you probably would like her, Mars. A lot of thrifting stuff, you know, very. But it's like
Ooh.
it was like a closet curation sort of thing, right? And it was like curate your closet, and
I think
brain.
combining Stitches and Duchess Hans.
Yeah, that's what it was. Woo,
So,
MP, you gotta put
Stitches.
your link in our Discord so I can
Thanks,
follow you.
MP.
Yes, Stitch, like sewing Stitch, and Duchess, so the Stitches. But she said something along the lines of like curate your wardrobe to have like a color palette, right? And then everything goes. So in the past like 5 or 6 years, Roval, hello.
Hey, Roval.
This is my first one, Aaron. I got attacked.
Also, hello, Aaron. Welcome,
This
welcome.
is my first one. Yesterday was finishing up my last reference sheet, so I'm very happy I got them all done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, people are coming out swinging this art fight.
Yeah, really. You guys are on top of it. But so I've like curated my closet's color palette, right? So I've like made sure that like even though there's like pieces that I like, no, it doesn't really fit the color palette that I have. What that means is that literally everything fucking goes together. So I can be very lazy because it can be like, ooh, shirt, ooh, pants. It doesn't matter. They all go together. And it's great. And it does mean, though, that now I could easily be a cartoon character because my work outfit is like pastel-colored polo, pastel-colored
pants. You would be a cartoon character,
Very
but you'd
easy.
be one of the cartoon characters with your animators actually put in effort to change your outfit every
But it's
so often.
mainly just the color of the shirt and pants combination.
Oh, Aaron, Team Seafoam. Look at our backgrounds. Look at our banners. We're carrying the flags.
I am a cartoon character, exactly. But I don't dress this cool. However, Mars and I are going to two cons in August, and I've made my cosplay portion mostly, and I have to do Mars's so she can try it on when we see each other in a week and a half. I don't know math. It's the 13th.
I'm so excited for that.
Very fun. So yeah. Don't hold back, Pastry Puff. I'm trying
don't.
here.
Please
I'm going
don't
a little
hold
more
back
ham
at
than I had
all.
planned. We'll see. I will say I managed to like cut back on the amount of work I have to do for video editing, which has been honestly fantastic.
Ori
because
took
I've
out
had
the
more
worst part
time.
of video editing.
Well, I managed to basically. Okay, guys, see this is how AI is supposed to be, right?
Make life easier and not take away the fun bits.
I did everything by hand, video editing wise, right? Everything
Good
by
luck
hand.
with your lurk and work, Hans.
Yes. We'll be here. Yeah, hope
We're
it
always
works.
here.
But what was my brain saying? And yeah, I did everything by hand. Every single part of it was by hand. Personally, I had to do it. Then at some point, well, no, I moved and got like a real person job.
We're both brunettes.
Yeah. No, the amount of I actually had someone recently be like, "Is it weird that I think you look like your avatar in real life?" And it's like, "No, I don't think that's weird."
Not really.
Because it's like definitely that's a human response to be like, "I look like you look like people look like their avatars," right? And they are based off us.
Because I think to an extent you do
They're
want
like-
your avatar to at least reflect you a little bit. Like when I asked for the bun, I did used to wear my hair in buns when I stream because I was using earbuds, not headphones, so I could very easily wear a bun. Now I don't do that so much, so maybe that'll be reflected.
It's a darker
eventually.
brown,
Who knows?
but it's a darker brown, but it isn't. It definitely isn't black or blonde.
Noirette?
Definitely not blonde. I was never blonde. But
I think I'm saying that right.
a noirette. 'Cause that's
Noirette?
like black. Yeah,
Noirette?
black head. Noir.
I
Because
know
it's
it's
noir.
definitely black hair. I just can't figure out how to pronounce it.
Yeah. But basically our avatars are based on like if we as people just directly got dropped into a fantasy, but we had to fit in with the anime people, this is what we would be.
Dichotomy, I might be having a brain fart, but how do you know what I look like?
I think Instagram.
Oh! Shit, I think you follow me on your main.
Yeah.
You follow me
Yes.
on my main, don't you?
Yes, I think that's how it is.
Ah, yes, brain is very gone.
But yes, I did exactly
I did
look
say
at.
that
I
last
did use a Mars reference.
Oh, other way around. Oh, I followed it. Okay. That checks out.
I did use Mars as a reference, like a picture of her. I did use
I
me as
wanted
a
to
picture.
support your artwork and your D&D
Dylan-
stuff. Sue me.
Dylan is the one that looks the least like his avatar, just because he is like a tiefling. But to
Horns.
be honest, if you added glasses on him and like just
It would
took
be
away the
very
horns,
close.
he is Dylan shaped. Okay, like
He
the hair is
definitely
Dylan inspired.
carries essence of Dylan.
Like the face
hair,
is Dylan
I
inspired.
think the face,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He just technically has glasses, you know?
I know you're not complaining, Dichotomy. I'm
cookies.
just teasing.
So yeah.
I'm
So
just a teasing.
that was one of the things I didn't want to go like too ham. It's kind of like our ideal selves, because I would love to have pink hair. I would love to have colored hair in general, but my biggest concern
I want
is
red hair.
because
Embrace my Irish roots.
because of
Quite
the
literally.
curated wardrobe that goes with my current complexion and hair color, I do not think that I could work having. I don't want to have lighter hair, like a lighter tone of hair, and then
Well,
so
then you'd
like
have to pretty much kind of not redo your
Well,
whole wardrobe.
I
but,
feel like the
certain
tone of the
tones
hair
don't go anymore.
makes you look very different, right? Like if I went blonde, that's like a big difference, right? But if you're a dark enough redhead, like it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like if I went dark blue, you know, I don't think it would be as like jarring, like just normally as that. But then if you get a color, yeah, now my wardrobe kind of gets fucked up. So it's like,
Especially
it's
if
cool.
you do like one of the
Would like
crazy
it.
colors, like purple hair.
I
pink
want like
hair.
wild fucking
just
hair. I want like
messes-
fey hair,
I
you know?
would love.
And it's just like, ugh, nah.
Guys, I went through a phase where I wanted like the white/silver anime girl hair in the worst way. I thought that looked so
It's
cool.
so good. Dylan
I
would
was
love
like,
that.
Cause like it's white hair.
Dylan really
but,
wants
like,
to go
you
gray.
work it. It looks good. It
Dylan
looks
wants to be gray
ethereal.
in the
It's like
worst
that
way.
is the ultimate fae look.
Yeah,
I want
dichotomy's
it.
here for you.
I want to look like a fairy, please. That's all
I
I
mean,
want.
you know, Zilla, the point of the internet is to be as wild as possible. I specifically
Yeah.
didn't want to go too wild just
think
because
we're
the
meeting that.
vibe of our, like, channel and stuff. I didn't want to be weird, wild, crazy stuff. And also, on top of that, it did start with I already had my, who was originally Camden, avatar from the Origami Curio. That was like
Yeah,
my
Camden
persona.
kind of got
And then
repurposed
Camden
into
got
Ori
moved. So then
along the way.
Camden became the first PNG tuber, and so I had to make a Mars to match that. Right? We wanted to be, you know,
I remember
same?
you were texting me in the middle of work, asking me like, "What kind of hair do you want? What kind of clothes do you
Yeah.
want?" I'm like running around with drive-up orders in my hands, and I'm trying to get back to you as quickly as possible. Like, yeah, brunette, red is fine. Let's do this. Yeah, the glasses look great. Let's do it that. Give me clothing that looks like Rachel Maxey. Thanks.
Well, that was the first one, and then we got the redesigns, which
Nailed it.
definitely went way good. I love the
Oh,
the redesigns. You had a lot more time to sort of
'Cause
ruminate
redesign,
on.
I was no longer working every day.
Yes, exactly.
It was nice. I could actually think about what I wanted on my avatar, which I love my first avatar. Honestly, she gives me such like bookish, I work in the library and like the mummy vibes, which
Yeah.
I am all about. This one definitely gives me more cottagecore vibes, which I am currently in that phase of my life.
It's very good. Will they ever change again? I don't know. I'm gonna say less likely. Less likely, just because there's not really a lot of upgrades. Like, so far, they're currently stagnant in the abilities that they have, so there's not a lot of need to, like, change it. And I really
I mean,
like
we
how
got
they
the
look.
T-Sippy.
You know, I really like how they
It's
look.
very nice.
Technically, they could probably easily have a costume change if we really wanted, but unless my art style goes through, like, a really big glow up,
Unless we find another tri-stamp for Ori to get
Yeah,
inspired by.
we haven't gotten that big of a jump in the style change.
Who
It's
knows,
weird to
maybe
call
one
it
of
a
the
style
three we
change, but it's
watch
funny.
will
I don't think
spur
so,
one
but we'll
Probably
see.
not.
I
They're
really
more
want to
chill.
try the Ori Renaissance. We already had one, and it was because I drew Milano and Hotsun in tri-stamp.
In the tri-stamp outfits.
Yeah. Now that's why.
That was the Ori Renaissance. That
That
is
was
how
the
the
big
shading
Ori
in
Renaissance.
Outcast changed. That is
Yeah.
how Ori's drawing style changed. That's how my writing changed, because I did, holy crap, I think I did 3 to 4 Trigun-based fan fictions. Like,
I
my
think
writing
it was
just exploded
3.
last
Yeah,
year.
you had like a 4th going, but you never finished it. But it was 3
Yeah,
finished ones.
That's when things actually start getting busy at school, unfortunately.
Because I did do 3. I remember doing 3 covers, and that was it.
That's right, you did.
Okay.
And sometimes that's the way to best find out what you can do, MP.
Now, how do I want to do the cool thing? There's like an effect I really want.
Can you say what character you're drawing, or does it have to be anonymous?
It does not have to be anonymous. I'm curious about chat figuring it out.
Oh. All right, chat, there's your hint. You know this one. You know this one, so you should be able to guess. Mars says that she has no idea.
Okay, I want a specific thing, and it's not happening. Give me what I want.
Ooh, with a black fedora too?
Yes. Well, I don't think everybody knows it. No, not everybody knows it.
A good majority of people.
Not even that. I will say that it
Maybe.
is someone's in this chat's character. That's what
Oh, there we
they
go.
should know it. It's not happening though right now. The look I want. You know what? I was gonna do something, but I'm not gonna do it anymore. We're gonna just keep it this way, and the vibe. It's definitely not yours. I'm sorry, Dichotomy. Unless Molly is an art fight with Novel or something. Let me make sure I read the rules correctly. I did. Okay, we're good.
You said Molly, and I had a brain farm like Miss Molly. Wait.
No. Molly is the Dichotomy Games main artist for their stuff, and she's very fun. Okay, I kind of made him buff. I didn't mean to make him buff.
I don't know, Pastry Puff. What do you think? Does this look like your character?
Okay.
I mean, Dichotomy, that sounds like the main artist by default.
Well, I didn't want to specifically exclude that sometimes you do like collabs and stuff. Not specifically me. I know you've done it with other people. And that is not everything every piece was done with Molly. But it's the only retained artist. There you go. Molly's the only retained Dichotomy Games artist.
The main one on the payroll.
Yeah, exactly. Is this this is not, to my understanding, this character is not anything specific, and it is not D&D related at all. It is just an OC. And I am slightly changing the outfit based on the description of the character. Because, like, I feel like it's fun and it fits. I'm not changing it a lot, but I am changing it a little bit.
I have some peach tea and it's very delicious.
Ooh, yummy.
Very happy.
You gotta make it like pleats. Because that's the vibe here. The pleated skirt is the vibe here.
Could be Pastry Puff.
Well, we'll see.
So How has everyone's days been?
You're gonna lessen guesses by Russians the one you saw. Yeah, it's not from an emoji code break thing. It is somebody's in chat's art fight character.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm doing this
I think
right.
that's how our fight works, right? It's other people's characters.
Yeah, so it's
and OCs
everybody's
that you're drawing.
original characters that you draw. And you just like attack or you defend by attacking somebody who already attacked you. You can attack people on the same team. It's just for less points, which is a little sad, but you know, they want it to be like a fight. To be honest, I don't think my team is gonna win. The other team just has like 10,000 more people than us, multiple thousands more people.
Oh,
like they just have a lot more members, you know. So unless a lot of their members are,
have to catch up.
it's okay. For me, it's just about the fun of getting to draw people's OCs and stuff. Okay, this is not happening. There we go. We got a little jacket thing going on. Now, how do I feel like that even though the skirt comes over? Pastry Puff has gotten it correct. It is Pastry Puff's character, Pepper. I liked... Let me make sure. Ooh, I like their story. It's okay. Zilla would get more points from attacking you and you attacking us. So, you know, it works out. Do not be sad about being a different team. I even mentioned Mason B on
team you're on.
Yeah. Honestly, like I got my coolest I got some really awesome fan art because of, you know, being opposite teams. It's like it's a competition, but I don't really treat it that way. It's fun.
A competition, but
drawing.
It's also kind of an opportunity to try drawing
it's an
other
opportunity.
Characters. What's not to love?
And I'm going a little more ham than I have in the past. Last year I did pretty much solely rendered busts because it's easy. But we're trying to go a little more ham. Basically, I'm gonna try to reciprocate the level. Like, so basically the way Art Fight works is there's points, and there's points based on, like, how much of the character is showing. Like, did you shade it? Did you, you know, is it sketchy? Is it what, you know, like, level of polish and stuff and steps you've taken?
Ooh, so they found ways to kind of quantify it a bit.
Yeah, that's how it works. And, you know, because it does mathematically take, like, a certain amount of time. And, you know, to do all those steps. And so my goal is to try and put in the same, like, steps, I guess, that people had taken. If that makes any sense. So it's like if someone drew, like, a half body, you know, no background, no shade, you know, just flat colors, no shading, that's the goal that I want to do as well.
Oh, I see. So you're matching them.
That is the goal as of right now. We'll see if that works. I'm having issues at this very moment.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty good rating system. I just solely wish that there was more points for friendly fire. Just because I feel like the goal of the whole thing is less the actual winning team and more the having fun drawing people's OCs in sort of like the overarching theme of like a competition, you know? Like you only get like, I think it's 25% of the points for friendly fire. I think you should get 50. I feel like 25 is just so little, you know?
25 is really low. And then also, where's the incentive to really like draw stuff your own team has?
Exactly. Let's look at this reference again. I'm gonna try to do the hair. Oh, 20%. Yeah, okay. Still, it's not a lot, is the point. Okay.
That's kinda low.
It is very low. Okay, we're trying to... How do I want the hair to go? Let me actually do another layer. Because we have, like... It gives me the vibe that it's, like... It's straight and then it's curly at the bottom. So, I'm gonna try to go, like... Okay, I think she has bangs. They have bangs. Let's see. Let's get the face in here first. Oh, I'm sorry that happened, Dichotomy. Are you talking about the big one or the smaller one? Because I actually think I do have both. They're not necessarily signed, though.
I'm wondering how big that rip is.
Yeah, really. I'm so sorry that happened. Okay.
Is that a milestone for us? First damage poster?
By the owner.
I mean, it feels like a milestone.
Alright, if you say so.
That reminds me, I need to get my posters in frames.
Yeah, mine's not framed. Oh, Mars, I did get the Leos. I knew I'd regret it.
Did?
I knew I'd regret it if I didn't. Okay, and he came with the Yum Face special.
You got the derp face?
Yeah, but he has other faces because it's a Figma.
Oh, okay. So
I just won't use the derp face. He has the Yum face. Where is it?
Oh, that's perfect.
It's good. Where he's like, oh,
I feel like you'd want that one anyway.
Yeah, it was a special for getting him pre-order from Smile. So let's see. Open in the thing, please.
Oh, like almost.
Like a little see-through,
like
paper, a layer
like
came
where it got
off.
stuck. I've had that happen
So,
before.
okay, guys,
those
this
poster
is...
sticks do not do their job.
This is what he looks like, this face is just kind of off. I don't know what it is about it. It's just wrong. And I will say, Leos's face is very difficult. Okay? I don't know why. But his face is very... It's very specific. You have to get the, like, eye to hair ratio perfect. However, he comes with this face, which is pretty great. He also comes with this face, which I'm here for.
That one's fantastic.
This one's beautiful. And so, I was happy. Yeah, he could, like, I just think he's so cute sitting down and having a good time. Where's the fun one?
He's just a little guy.
Yeah. But he has the crazy Yum face, and I'm kind of here for that one and this one. So it's only the base one that's kind of mid. See, here it looks okay.
2 out of 3 faces that you like.
It's not like I'm probably gonna pick a pose. Really, honestly, the sitting one. I love the sitting one so much.
I think it's gonna be the sitting with
one of these sitting ones. I'm really gonna pick one, and he's probably gonna stay that way. Honestly, like I have
Leo's collection is going to be very impressive,
spectacular.
By the time it's
him
done. Her Leo's collection is going to look like my Link Click / Trigun collection.
Yeah, really. Exactly. Yeah, MP, we all vibe.
Nendoroid of Tristamp Vash when?
Yes, pastry puff.
Because I need it.
Uh, he would be so cute.
Oh yeah, but to get Laios down, you need to have like the indifference during everyday conversation, but then like the crazy eyes as soon as he starts
will
talking
say,
about something he loves.
That was like when drawing Laos, that his face is to me the hardest like thing to translate into my style.
Nice, pastry puff. Keep going. It's really good.
Yes.
I
It
finished
usually
it,
keeps up.
finally.
It keeps up pretty good with the manga, so like the titles should clue you in as to like
It kept up
what
really well with the manga.
like what you're watching. It was Dungeon Meshi, yes.
But I will say the pacing of it
Let's see.
is phenomenal. No, not Rising of Shield Hero. Although Ori
No.
did watch that.
I watched the first season. It has an interesting concept, and then it just turns into a harem anime, and I'm not here for that. So we stopped watching it. I was watching it with Dylan.
I like the character designs. The character designs are fun. It's just the story that comes attached.
Yeah. So this last, I'm very happy with how he came out in the end. But I'm trying to see if I can easily show... God, the fucking amount of layers. Jesus Christ. Ori, why did you do this?
What is the Blorbo pile? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I feel like it's a good thing, and he deserves it. If it's a bad thing, he doesn't. But he's great. I love him. He's fantastic. But I remember struggling so hard with his face. Like, see, I tried. This ain't it, though. It's a very specific, like, ratio of eye to, like...
Oh, then that's a good thing, Zilla.
Oh, he's the specialist little guy, and if you guys are looking for a character that is definitely autistic without saying he's autistic, hello, my boy.
there is a whole scene where he's talking about like how he connects with other people and how he interprets other people's like meaning from what they're saying, and I'm like,
he is literally autistic without literally coming out and being like he's autistic. Yeah, it's so good.
Hands down.
Okay. We'll get the horns. We'll get it.
And,
I'll manage it.
We love that. Go representation.
Oh, he's so good. He's great.
Good art with bad stories art online. I mean, yeah.
I shoved Sword Art Online into the back of my head so far that all I remember is fucking, the, like, abridged series.
That's certainly one thing to remember. I don't know, Sword Art Online was always one of those weird ones for me, because it was technically my first ever anime, and believe it or not, I watched the entire thing with my dad.
Which is a wild concept.
I don't remember how it happened. And yes, we did watch that the scene with Asuna, like both the scenes in season 2 that you're thinking of. Yes, I did watch that with my dad.
Which is again
awkward.
Wild.
I think at this point my dad and I are just like, we're here for story, you know, we're watching Game of Thrones and stuff is happening on screen. We're here for the plot and we're here for the political manipulation. Like, we know we're here for that. Everything else is just background noise.
Yep.
But Sword Art Online is a very interesting one, because it was technically my first like foray into anime, but it's also like, I know it's not good. I know it could have been better.
Me
like,
with Fairy Tail. Well, it's better than Sword Art Online. Not gonna lie.
Oh no, Fairy Tail.
Laos and Mob, yes, and Psyche K.
Oh, absolutely Psyche, absolutely
Psyche, Mob, Laos. We're all fine. You gotta add Laos into the fucking disastrous cafe trip. I think Psyche would bust a blood vessel, and Bob is like, oh he's just like Reagan, but with food. My boy.
Wow, so you have a special talent too, Mr. Laios.
So good.
Psyche like, what is wrong with these people?
I don't want coffee jelly from a jelly cube.
Okay, now I'm just trying to envision what Psyche and Mob's Dungeon Meshi universe clothing would look like.
So good.
What would they wear?
Mob
I've
is
seen
a
that
half
too,
foot.
but it's so wholesome.
Mob's a half foot, and Psyche gives dwarf vibes just because he'd be like kind of a stickler.
Really? I was gonna go with wizard.
You could be a dwarf wizard. Okay, fine. Psyche's a gnome.
Oh,
then.
hang. Okay, I could see a gnome. I could see that.
Okay.
Yes,
Got him.
we love when
I've decided
characters
to
can
make
vibe
this a
together.
very annoying face angle for myself, which was dumb, but I had a
Tori
vision.
likes a challenge.
I had a vision.
I have a vision, and it screwed me over.
It did. Okay, we're getting there though.
It's funny you mentioned the pink-haired characters, Pastry Puff. I think my favorite like two-character comparison I've seen, where it's like these characters only look similar. They're not actually similar. It's gotta be Yuji and Kirby.
Oh my god.
Like whenever they do the Yuji like confused faces and compare it to Kirby, it just cracks me up every time. It's too perfect. Yuji is Kirby.
That's so funny.
Too cute. Too cute.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
I can't tell if that's all caps because you're in disbelief or you agree, MP.
Okay.
It could be both.
This was worth it. It's come out nice.
Oh, that is a nice pose.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna do a crazy, and we're gonna go right into line art from here, even though there's more stuff I would normally do.
Crazy.
I'm also doing a slightly different style than I normally do with line art, just so that the coloring is faster.
Did you change the pen? It looks a
Yes,
little different.
I have changed the pen. That is the different I am doing, because it means that, in theory, I can color it nice and fast.
Oh, I saw you mention that in the Discord, Pastry Puff.
What did I mention?
What did you like about the first book? I'm so curious because I've heard it's very different from the movie. So it's one of those things where I'm like,
okay, I have never
feel
seen.
like I already know the character.
I have
so
never
it's
seen
hard
the
to see,
movie.
like, a different iteration of them. Ori, it
No.
is cottagecore
I know. I've seen lots of like moments from the movie, and I've seen Hal and in all of his things. So like, yes, but from what I saw of Pastry Puff's little like clippings that they did like fan art for, it's pretty different, and it's kind of in a funny way. And Pastry Puff, I was going to draw a different character of yours, but then, I don't know, it was something about Pepper's, like, information grabbed me. The story around Pepper. I thought it was very funny. For those who don't know, Pepper is not the original Pepper. There's a person that is nameless to my recollection, trapped inside this person Pepper's body, who the original actual Pepper is the protagonist of a magical girl kids TV show. And now this peppy person is now with this person who really, really, really doesn't want to be here. And they're kind of cold and everything. And so I don't know, Roble. It's Pastry Puff's original character. So that's why. But I just thought that was so funny, having, like, someone forced to be a magical girl that's kind of, like, deadpan and not into it. I thought that was very fun.
Oh, that is such a good premise.
So that's why they're in this like very like kawaii pose, but not like feeling it, as you can see. So I thought that was a fun premise.
You will anime girl if you like it or not.
Exactly. Alrighty.
Oh, that's Sophie is a men. Okay, that's definitely different from the movie.
I think that it's like, I think you would, it seems, Mars, from the vague understanding I have of both the movie and the books, it does seem like you'd enjoy it, but as like a separate canon sort of thing, you know?
Definitely like this is an AU.
Yeah, like they're sort of like how like you can have like fairy tales that are the same but different, you know? Those kind of vibes. Oh, guys. Okay, couple things. I started the Wings of Fire second grouping of the graphic novels. I think it's called Moon Rising is the first one. I know they have the second one out, and the third one's coming out like this Christmas or something. So I do have to get those and read those. And that is a future Ori thing. It was very fun. Second thing that I read. Well, I'll get to that. But second thing I read on vacation was Mars lent me the book Tress and the Emerald Sea, or Tress of the Emerald Sea.
Tress of the Emerald Sea. It's so good.
Okay, I don't, if I'm being honest, I don't remember if Mars like told me what it was about at all originally.
I literally just told you girl has to go save her lover, and in doing so she becomes a pirate princess.
So when I picked up the book, if I'm being honest, I had no idea what it was actually going to be about, which honestly is the way to go, so I'm not going to describe any more than what just Mars said. However, I will say, really, really fucking good. Lots of Outcast like inspiration stuff going on, but overall I couldn't put it down. It was so good.
That was one of the books that kept me company during that time. I was really sick.
The writing,
and man, it was a good read.
Like the author's writing style is fantastic. It was so fun. It was so engaging. Every moment was like, oh, and the way that the author describes things is just on point. Honestly, high recommend. If you like Outcast or literally anything that Mars and I like, you would probably like it.
Screenshotted pages of that. Well, not screenshot. I wasn't reading
really
on my phone.
Good.
I took actual pictures of the freaking pages I was reading because the descriptions of the ship and the way they're sailing it, I was like, I'm gonna need this for future reference.
Yeah, so good. But like going into reading it, I was definitely like taken aback multiple times, but in a good way. In like and it's best going in blind by it, because getting the way that the author tells you about it, just so good.
It's really good going in blind. Ori, how did you feel about the different quote unquote sea element?
That was wild because I had no idea. It's so good.
I don't think I told you about that
No,
part,
you didn't. And that's why I specifically don't want...
Ori's going to be here for this.
Oh, so good. Wings of Fire is really fun. I'm having fun with the second grouping, right? Because I read the first, the Dragonettes of Prophecy. I don't remember. They have, like, groups, right? You know, it's kind of Warrior Cats in the way you have, like, this group and then this group, right? And so the first, I think it's 5 books, follow one group of dragons, and now this one's following the next group of dragons. And so far it's very interesting, very intrigued by where it's going.
Yeah. To answer Pastry Puff, yes, there is a character named Calcifer in the movie.
Yes.
He's very funny, and Billy Crystal does a great job voicing him.
Look at this.
Here's
skirt pleats.
May all your bacon burn. The pleated skirt. I am here for it.
I don't know. It's just very magical girl to me. I feel like it had to
Bella,
be.
that's like circa Sailor Moon.
Exactly.
Right there. Yeah, no, Calcifer definitely exists, Pastry Puff. Marco is also in the movie. Oh.
Is it bad of me? I've only seen 2 Studio Ghibli films all the way through.
Which ones?
Yes! I'm curious.
Ponyo?
No.
My Neighbor Totoro?
No.
Spirited Away.
That's grabbing. Yes, Spirited Away. Because that was the first big one in America. You know, that was the one that, like, made it, like, mainstream, I guess, in America.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That was the big one. Okay, and the second one you've seen, Secret World of Ariete?
So the second one I saw much later in life. So Spirited Away I saw, like, you know, when it came, like, you know, very young. The second one I saw... No.
Nausicaa Valley of the Wind.
Nope.
Princess Mononoke.
Nope. This is so interesting.
You definitely wouldn't watch Grave of the Fireflies.
No, I would not. I also haven't seen Howl, as we said.
Afterwards.
I believe you, Dichotomy, but it wasn't
Let me see. Okay, you did not see The Boy and the Heron. That's too recently.
Nope.
Kiki's Delivery Service?
Yes, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Got it.
That's the only other one I saw. And you know what? And it really fucking fit my life. I don't even know what happened. I think I watched like a...
It was the artist character, wasn't it?
It was the whole thing about like working, you know, because I hated my job. So it was like the whole thing about like overworking and all this sort of stuff. And well, yes, the 2 most Americanized ones. But the reason I watched Kiki's Delivery Service was because I had like watched somebody like talk about it, and I hated my job and everything, and I was very depressed, and I was like, okay, I need this one then, apparently, according to this thing about it.
Dichotomy, you say those are the 2 most Americanized ones? I don't know. In Whisper of the Heart, the main character literally writes the song Country Roads Take Me Home. I also
feel like I remember Ponyo being
pretty Americanized.
I remember Ponyo being like very advertised in America.
Ponyo was hugely advertised. I remember when it was coming out, they ran behind the scenes footage on Disney Channel.
Yeah, I saw commercials for it all the time.
The younger Jonas brother who was voicing the boy,
Nick,
and then
I
they
think.
had Noah Cyrus voicing Ponyo, and like they showed these 2 talking during like little interviews and stuff, and those would run during commercials.
But it was like Ponyo kind of flopped again. Never saw it. But it is that one I remember being like advertised.
It's not one of my favorites, though.
No, I'm definitely a from a distance Ghibli enjoyer in like the art sense. I love the art. Anytime it comes across, it's like, yes, gorgeous. Yes, this is how food is drawn. Nice. But in an overall
you would
sense...
love House of Moving Castle, then.
Oh, I
There's
know.
a big food scene in there.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add a layer to figure this out.
Oh no, Dichotomy, you're absolutely right. They're definitely the most mainstream. I think they were also like dubbed by Disney, if I remember correctly. At least Spirited Away was.
Yeah, so that's Spirited Away is what made like
done things.
put Ghibli like in the mainstream of America.
Hi, Amazing.
Hello, Amazing. And I remember that because like my parents got Spirited Away for me. Like I own the Spirited Away DVD. Like I watched like Kiki's on like a streaming service or ARG or something. I don't even remember at this point. But I do know.
I thought you were groaning at your art for a moment.
No, it is fighting me a little though. But I do know that Spirited Away was like my parents bought that one. You know, like my parents. Like, I own the Spirited Away DVD. So it's, like, very funny. Because also, I remember being very, very scared of Spirited Away as a child.
Oh, no.
Because it's
when No Face goes crazy, that's horrifying.
And when the parents turn into pigs and the all of it is horrifying, okay?
It's all very creepy.
It's one of the scariest ones, if I'm being, from my knowledge. It's wild.
I will say though, that scene is peak. I could watch that over and over and be satisfied.
Stream lag dichotomy. I can't give it to you anytime.
The stream lag indeed. I think if I had to pick 3 favorite Ghibli movies of the ones I've seen, it would have to be Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, because it just has very good adventure vibes. Secret World of Arrietty, really liked that one, and Howl's Moving Castle, because that was my first Ghibli movie, and young Mars absolutely fell in love with that. One of those scenes is just ingrained in my brain forever, and it will never leave.
Nice.
I don't want to say too much, because I know Pastry Puff plans to watch it.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of watching things without spoilers, I'm catching up on Windbreaker finally!
Yes, I finally watched episode 12
finally
today.
watched episode 11.
Oh my god. Yeah, I finally watched episode 12, and, oh no!
Aw, man!
I'm so sorry.
I feel that, though. I found a post on Instagram. One of the people I follow was talking about the group Man on a Mission, who sing a couple anime songs. Really good ones, too. You got Dark Crow from Vinland Saga, the second opening, which is kick-ass. And then one of the other popular ones they did was the season 3 opening for Demon Slayer.
Oh.
Really freaking good sound to that song. And they were coming to our state. And they're coming on a day I can't go.
No. I'm so sorry, Mars.
To see them live.
Hey, but season 2, Pastry
it.
Puff, season 2 confirmed.
Yes! We got season 2 of Dungeon Meshi. Like, life is good.
Life is very good.
We also got season 2 of Kaiju number 8. So
I never mentioned what I splurged on, as well, as Mars was trying to allude before. I bought the entirety of the Sasaki and Miyano manga that exists already.
Guys,
however, there is one more that has to be turned into English.
Manga.
This is literally only my second manga. I do own a fair amount of manga, like, not a fair amount of manga.
But
I own like a couple manga. I own the entirety of Dungeon Meshi. I'm waiting for the last book. It comes out this month, and very exciting. Sasaki, no, and Miyano, but not Peeps. But yeah. So I own the entirety of Dungeon Meshi.
I mean, fellas, is it gay to call your boyfriend your peep?
Yeah, really though. I own like 3. I own like 3 or 4 Fairy Tail manga. That was the first one I tried. Fairy Tail was my first ever anime. Then I found out that there was a manga because I did it backwards because it's Tumblr's fault.
I feel like we all did it backwards if we started on Tumblr.
Eve B.
Hello, EVB.
And
let us know what you would like to be called, but welcome.
And the art style is so terribly different from the anime that I couldn't do it. And I was I was very disappointed. And I will admit that turned me off of manga for a long time, because in my brain that was
my biggest issue with manga.
I couldn't do it. And so that turned me off manga for a long time. I did read ahead in My Hero Academia at the time. And then so I had watched the show and then I read ahead like a couple seasons in the manga, and then I just kind of dropped both. I have not been up to date with that. That's the only other anime that I had read the manga afterwards, to continue on for. And then I of course had Dungeon Meshi. I love Dungeon Meshi so much, and I'm so happy with how the anime has adapted it, incredibly so. And so I was like, okay, I love Sasaki. I love Sasaki and Miyano so much. It's so good. I can't stop thinking it was great. I was like, all right, I gotta get the manga. They're really pretty, and they look the same. The style's right, and I was just like, oh yes, it's so good. because also the manga extends past where the anime ends, and they're not getting like a season 2 to Miles or anything ever at all. We're just here. They had a movie instead. That's like the classic. You either get a season 2 or you get a movie.
Yeah.
But
It'd be that
so I
way.
have everything. There is one more that has yet to be, translated into English, but that probably comes out next year, and I'm gonna get it. I'm very excited. And then there's the spin-off of the other two characters that they like tease in the movie. Like the beginning of the movie is like an episode of those two characters, and they have a spin-off manga. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll probably have to get that. But so I'm reading it, and it's so good. And Mars, you asked about the little like bubbles, and they're in the manga. So I don't know if it's a BL thing necessarily, but they are like specifically in the Sasaki and Miyano manga.
I first noticed these little bubbles with Tadaimo Kairi, in which, like, when there's a soft moment or a wholesome moment or a romantic moment, you get like these little
feeling bubbles,
almost spotlight effects. Like, there's little bubbles that go across the screen. They're like little circles, and I'm noticing a lot of BL anime does that. What I noticed about Tadaimo Kairi, though, you know how they have the circles, but then they also have the triangles.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that depending on which character's point of view you're looking for or looking from, a different shape appears. So when Masaki is talking to Hiro, you get those circles.
Mm-hmm.
When Hiro is talking to Masaki, you get squares. And then when you get them both on the same page and agreeing, yes, this is the next step we should take, you get the circles and the squares together.
Oh, that's
and I'm
so
like,
cute.
oh my god, that is so cute. That is so good thematically.
And Miyano,
that is such a good way to like just use the medium to your advantage.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Sasaki and Miyano, they do it with color. So Sasaki's like this like orangey color, and then Miyano's always this like bluish color. And so they have the two things, and it's really cute. They're really cute. But
we love wholesome stuff in this house.
God,
also,
it's
Tadaimo Kairi ended beautifully.
Yes, I finally watched that today.
Such a sweet episode.
As well. We're getting through it. Basically, I got behind because on vacation, I was trying to catch up with Dungeon Meshi with Dylan, but actually we had started watching Mashley, Magic and Muscles. I had seen the whole thing, and then Dylan was like, I'm really actually interested in this, and we started watching it, and he had a really good time, and was laughing a lot. So, I basically rewatched the entire thing over the course of like a few days with him. 2 seasons, so it is a lot. But, I'm glad that he liked it and enjoyed it. It's fun. It's a fun romp. Again, it has like the classic sort of shonen feeling vibes, when you get every once in a while. But it's overall just a funny romp. I will say it's one of those anime where like season 1 is really ridiculous and tropey, and then it's still fun, but it's very like over the top.
It knows what it is.
At the beginning. Oh yeah. Season 2 gives a little more like, we have like story now in the background, but we're still really fucking goofy overall. Like the premise is still goof. Because the beginning is very much like, we need to get this character with this trait into this setting. How do we do that? Okay, this is how we do that, and it's very ridiculous. But after, and then it's like, oh, we have to introduce all the like friend characters. How do we do that? They all kind of have like a trope to them that never fully dies out, but it definitely gets toned down a lot versus like God, what's his name? Zenitsu never tones it down.
Oh God.
Okay? Like it's like
always going.
It's like if you had
24/7
a Zenitsu, but then in season 2, he's like only every once in a while does he have like a moment, but it's played up way for comedic effect and it's not annoying.
I did hear that in the last episode of this season of Demon Slayer, Zenitsu got a really, really cool scene.
Well, that's what I have to do next.
Really, really nicely animated. That's going to be my next one. I'm going to finish up Windbreaker first, then I'm going to finish up Kaiju, and then I'm going to backtrack to Demon Slayer.
I have one more episode of Windbreaker.
And then maybe I'll finish or pick up something else. I gotta be honest,
we're gonna start 3, Mars, so
I feel bad for doing this, but I think I gotta. I'm dropping Spice and Wolf, the remake. It is just not holding my attention. I'm not finding it very interesting. I do like Holo. She's an interesting character, and I honestly kind of wish we were following her on a solo adventure because, and maybe this changes in later episodes, I don't know. I only made it to episode 10, but Lawrence is a piece of wood. Like, he is as interesting as a wood plank. He's just not a interesting character to follow. He's very deadpan. You might get a
And not
reaction
in a
from
fun
him
way.
in relation to Holo's antics, but it's just, I don't know. The plot's a little meandering at this point, and not like in the slice of life kind of way. It's literally just like, we're going from town to town, and here's the thing. They're trying to do something with like the corruption of the church and abuse of religious power. Like, they got that kind of story going on in the background. It wasn't fleshed out enough by episode 10. Again, that could change, but I don't know if I'm willing to find out. I'm
See,
just so
okay.
bored.
This is really interesting you talk
The
about
ending
this.
slaps, though. The ending really slaps. It's got good folksy vibes, so I will listen to that all the time. But the actual show itself, I don't know. It's just not grabbing me, and I don't know why. Even though, like, everyone has said, like, this is the greatest example of world building. This is the best, like,
No, that's
fantasy
Dungeon
anime you
Meshi,
can
guys.
find. And
That's
I'm
Dungeon
like,
Meshi and Freerin.
I'm not seeing
Jesus.
it.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, Freerin with its world building?
Dungeon Meshi
Yes.
2? Oh my god. I love Dungeon Meshi for the world building.
Dungeon
It's so
Meshi,
good.
yes. Even Tri-Stamp. Cause like I said this like ages and ages and ages ago, back when it first came out. But one of my favorite things about Tri-Stamp's world building is that it was subtle. Like with the sand steamers that they use.
Same
You
with
see how when they go to the orphanage
Saibakui.
and they're about to like run into it, it stops and they're on a cliff. So you could tell like, oh, these are seas of sand and they need these steamers to get across. Like there are almost oceans of sand. It's very subtle.
Saibakui Bisco does that as well.
Saibakui Bisco is definitely that way too. Cause like this is something interesting I found. Cause I'm reading the light novels that go with the anime. Cause the anime came first, I want to say. No,
No.
the light novels came
The light
first.
novels came
It was
first.
light novels, and then it was adapted.
Yeah,
So
because
in the
season
light
2 is coming out
novels-
from the light novels. So.
Yeah, that's true. And I have a book 2 right next to me, so I don't know what I was saying
Yeah,
before.
you were just being
But
weird.
anywho, I'm just having a brain fart. Guys, it's been a long day. If you want to hear about it, I will talk about it, but I had a hell of a day. What was I
Oh,
saying?
that's sad, Pastry
So
Puff.
in-
Everybody else's voice is so fun, though.
Oh, the peppy voice. Oof.
Yeah, you just met him, right?
Yeah, pink-haired guy, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
Oh, he is great.
And I loved how they teamed up during the fight where he was like, keep them coming at me. Keep throwing them to me. I'll
That's so
dispose
good.
them. It's like, good teamwork. I'm here for it.
I'm
but,
so ready for you to watch the next episode, though. It's so your vibe.
I think I'll do it tonight
Ooh.
after stream. Like, I gotta unwind somehow from this day.
I'm gonna read Sasuke and Miyana. That's my thing these days. Every night I'm like, yes, read it. Read a little bit.
Just a little further.
Just a little
No,
further.
Saibakui Bisco, with the books, you have some very, not spelled out, but it is more blatant, the world building, because they'll tell you, like, why are these people wearing the outfits they're wearing? Why are these weapons designed the way they are? And you get an explanation for that in the books. Like, there were experiments. The reason they're dressed like this is because the bad guy has an affinity for like pop culture nostalgia, and he makes his soldiers dress up that way. So
Which
it
is
makes
wild.
sense there.
But
You see it in the anime, and it's kind of like, well, if you see the soldiers there, you just kind of accept like how they're dressed as like, oh, that's just how this world works. But then you also have the guy making these pop culture references, so it's kind of like, if you're in the know, then you know. You can also kind of surmise with how the way the weapons are designed. It's kind of like, oh, they were running experiments to combine like animals with weapons, and that's how we got this. Like, it's very much designed in that way, where I think the anime kind of makes you intuit a little bit more. But like, I'm okay with that. You don't have to spoon feed me. I'm a big girl. I can think through things that a show is showing me.
I think that's why Tress is so great, because you get world built like backwards is the best way I
Yes.
can put it. Right. So you go into it with an idea, and then you're like slowly like spoon-fed it, but in like a backwards way is the best way. Again, I don't want to say too much about it.
The greatest thing about Tress is that they really make you feel like you're learning alongside the character, even though it's a story being told after everything has occurred.
Yeah.
And I find that very impressive.
And the
Like,
author's
they
voice
play
is so good
with
in it.
tense so much in that book.
It's so good. It's so good, guys. Read it. It's really, really, really good. I haven't recommended a book in a long time.
One of my favorite books
could
of
not
all
put
time.
it down. Oh my
I might
god.
be biased.
I'm gonna
but it
have
was
to get
so,
a copy
so good.
myself because I've borrowed
Really?
Mars's. Yeah, it's so good. I'm like, I wish Dylan read more. I think Dylan would love it. There's so many moments
You
where
know
I
what?
read.
If you want to keep it for a little bit, let him read it. I don't mind.
Sadly, he is not a big reader and will not take the time. So
How about audiobooks? Would he
I
listen to an audiobook?
I might. We'll see.
Because I think they have it.
They probably do. He does listen to
Gotta be
audiobooks
Brandon
while
Sanderson.
he like paints and stuff. So maybe I could convince him of that. But I need him to hear it because I gotta say, I read him a couple of like moments, mostly Huck moments, that I was like, Dylan, this is you.
Yes.
I was like, Dylan, this is very you.
Oh, the Huck moments.
How did I like
especially.
episode 12? I really enjoyed the pastry puff. If you saw my little doodles, I had a good time. That's what I'm trying to do more of, so that's another reason I'm kind of slow now. I accepted that, you know, I only had one more episode of Tadaima, so I was like, I'm not gonna try to do it, but there was 2 more episodes of Windbreaker, and I want to do fan art of them eventually, so it was fun. All of the Sakura blushy moments at the beginning was fantastic. It was so good. It was so long of him being embarrassed.
I know that they're asking him to be a grade captain, so like
good.
I am ready for him to freak out
great.
and be like,
he's having
what the
a
hell?
time. It's like a good chunk of the beginning of the episode. It's great.
I'm really hoping this leads
so
to a
cute.
whole like he learns under Hajime how to
so
be
good.
a good leader.
It's actually
Like, 'cause
better than that.
he's
It's actually
leader
better
number
than
2.
that, and it's actually better than that. You'll see what happens.
baby.
It's actually way
I'm so
fucking better
excited.
than that. It's really, really good story, like
Honestly,
character-wise, so good.
Windbreaker might be one of the ones I start reading the manga for.
Yeah,
Because I've seen some of the art and it looks really good. Like it looks on point.
To me, it'll be one of those things where it's like, if it gets seasons to go through to the end of the manga, I probably will just watch the anime, just because. So, okay, this is something that was talked about. Not every manga is worth being adapted into anime, and the reason for that is because not everything benefits from movement. Okay, now obviously dubbing is nice, and having like real voices is, you know, a good thing. Yes, it was so good, Pastry Puff, and his face, and he was so nervous. It was so cute. But not every single anime needs to be.
How people could dislike Nire.
Manga needs
He
to
is
be.
precious.
I can see how he was he could be considered annoying at the beginning, but he's really coming to his own at this point.
He was dangerously close to becoming a Zenitsu.
Yeah, and I
think
was concerned.
The author did a good job of reining him in.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Windbreaker is one of those mangas that really, really does benefit from being an anime, solely for the fact that it's fucking about fighting. Because you cannot get that amount of movement in manga comic form. You just can't.
That's why I'm curious to see how they portray it, because there are some very unique ways.
If you do
action,
get it,
like
Mars, if you do get it, I would certainly be intrigued to see it for research purposes.
Oh, most definitely. That's kind of why I want to get it.
Yeah,
because
I was
know
thinking
it
about
looks good in motion, so it's kind of like, well, let's see.
And it does seem like the art style
gotta know how to draw this
is good as well, is like on point. Because that again, I was so turned off. I was so sad. I was so turned off from manga for so long, just because the fairy tale manga looks so different than the anime.
You.
It really did. It really did. You know, I will say, And, I don't want this to discourage anybody who's, like, doesn't feel like their art is, like, good enough or something. I don't think it has anything to do with skill. Some styles I just don't enjoy. And so I will say, I definitely don't read comics sometimes if I don't like the style. But usually those are, like, very exaggerated styles. They're like One Piece is the big one. Or, like, Code Lyoko. I could never. I'm also not a Kids Backstore next door.
I wanted to watch, but I just the giant foreheads, man.
Yeah, couldn't do that. I'm also not a Codename Kids Next Door person because of that as well. Can't do it.
I definitely like that growing up. In terms of an art style, though, if I could, I would probably not try to emulate that.
Yeah, no. I definitely I didn't watch Invader Zim. No offense, Invader Zim, but
I've seen a couple episodes of Invader Zim.
I've seen clips.
It is a fucking weird show.
But it's one of those ones where it looks incredibly quotable and like a riot, and it's really funny. I can't get past the art style. Zim and Gur obviously look like a certain way, but then when the kid, I can't remember his name, like,
Bib.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's out the window. Can't do it. Well, yeah, there you go, Mason. If you're just listening to it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Honestly, Mason, that's kind of what I started doing with Spice
yes,
and Wolf.
Not yet, Pastry Puff.
So done.
I have one more.
Like, this really isn't worth my time, and I got other stuff to finish.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna prioritize.
So,
plus, like, Spice and Wolf is still ongoing. If it finishes, maybe I'll binge it, but it's not priority at the moment.
But I will say, if your art style is cool and good, in my opinion, my personal, opinion, because good is subjective. If I enjoy the art and then it also has a great story, it's fantastic. Examples: Trigun Stampede, Link Click. Both things are fucking great, and in such different ways.
Big time.
Oh my god. But damn. Both damn. Right? Damn. So good. But I will say the art style of things really turns me off. You could say this has an amazing story. If I can't watch it, I can't watch it, man. I feel so bad, but I just can't do it.
I was actually telling Ori, because we were having a big, not a big, but like a moment talking about like manga that burned us. And I think, hey, Microwave Tree, yes, we're winning.
Hello, Microwave Tree.
Right now, we're talking about times we lost
winning?
because
Let's actually see.
Manga failed us.
Is we winning?
We
are
winning?
not winning. Stardust is winning.
Ah!
By a lot?
Come on, guys!
Not that much. Only by more than I'd like to math about. Some. We gotta step it up. We do.
Yes, listen to Microwave Tree. We gotta step it up.
Pastry Puff, does Pepper have a specific eye color? Because in your style, I know you don't really draw an eye color. Would you like their eye color to be black?
Ooh.
Since you're in chat, I can
Deep
ask.
Dark eyes.
No, not really. All right, then I'm choosing.
All right, this is Ori Interpretation Hour.
Ori Interpretation Hour.
I could see gold eyes on her.
You think gold? Gold could be fun.
I don't know why. I just see that.
I do
really
see what you're saying, and I didn't finish the skirt like a dum-dum. I got distracted.
While Ori finishes up the skirt, the manga that burned me the most, not for the art style. The art style was pretty similar, maybe a little more sketchy than the anime. I mean, for obvious reasons. But it was definitely Bungo Stray Dogs. Now, I watched the anime first, and I really liked it. I loved season 1. I watched that in undergrad,
I
and
will.
I
Amazing.
really liked the different comedic moments going on. It made it very entertaining. It made the characters more engaging, and it was just overall a good time. So when I came home that break, I was like, I want to buy the Bungo Stray Dogs manga and read it. So I got volume 1. I
Pikachu
started
Puff just
reading,
already attacked me.
and honestly, like when I read manga, especially when I've already seen the anime, I definitely I guess superimpose those scenes over what I'm reading. So like I'm reading it in their voice. I'm hearing it
Oh yeah, I'm totally
like
reading
with the
Sasaki
music in
and
the
Miyano with
background
their
and
voices.
stuff. So
So good though,
like
top tier shit.
but it becomes a problem when certain things are missing. And in this case, the humor wasn't there. There were no comedic moments, at least that
It's
I
in
can
the
remember.
foyer microwave tree. I'll add you there.
Like there were no comedic moments that the anime drew such attention to that I really feel helped it stand out from other things that were airing at the time. So I'm like, where's this line? Where's this scene? And it just, it hurt me. It hurt me for some reason.
No,
Like,
I
clearly
can totally
that was
understand.
an anime edition.
I can totally get it. It's always, you know, tainted by the one you see first if you like it.
Oh, definitely.
You know, if you like it. If you don't like it, you know, usually you're like, "Oh, I can accept the other version if I like that one better." But if you like it the first time, you know, it can be difficult to like backtrack.
Let me say that Miyano Mamoru as Dazai, the Light Yagami himself, did a very good job at those at the comedic scenes. So yes, the absence was felt when I read the manga.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Sasaki definitely is written in the way that he talks, so it's very easy to hear his voice come through.
Yay!
So I highly recommend it. And if you want to borrow it when I'm done, Mars, just because it does go past, like I said, the anime. You know, you're of course welcome to.
Oh, I will definitely take you up on that offer.
Yeah, so it's so cute. I'm so happy to have it. But yeah, I totally read it in the voice. Some of the earlier comics I ever got were for Bravest Warriors and Over the Garden Wall. And so I definitely read it in those characters' voices. And they're like extra content right from the show. They're not like, you know, the shows weren't based on the comics. The comics came after. So that's really interesting, but I definitely am like, yes, I read it in the character voices now, which is funny. This is actually very funny. I don't hear our voices in the Outcasts voices yet.
Oh no, me neither.
And I think that has to do with it being our voices. You know,
Blue Exorcist.
Oh no. That, if I'm being completely honest, I don't remember that at all. But Mars saw season 3.
Is that Shura?
Does she have the sword? Does she have the sword?
Is she one of the teachers at True Cross? I will say, season 3 of the anime
has scared me by Mars's telling. I will not watch it.
It really got under my skin.
Also, she showed me the animation changes, and I think I died inside.
What did they do to my boy?
I can't do it.
He looked so good in season 1 and even season 2. Like, he was sharp,
great.
He had a jawline, and his eyes were in the right fucking place. What did they do?
They made him younger by moving his eyes apart and down, and it was weird.
They really did, and that is fascinating how it translated that way. That he actually looks younger and less experienced now.
Yeah, than he did originally.
Like this should have been the season 1 design.
Yeah, it should have been the reverse, 100%.
Like, they're going backwards, but I think it's also a different studio animating it. So
If I actually remember correctly, they showed in the manga it changes, and that was weird.
does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that. And it's like, why?
Huh.
Why? Because, okay. I will say, it looks like he gained a lot of weight in his face. And that's not a bad thing if that's what you're going for.
I
right?
mean, if you
Like,
want to show that
if
your
the
character is now
purpose
healthy and
is that
filling
he
out,
specifically
that's
has
fine.
physically changed, like, that's fine. I don't think that's what they were trying to
but
do.
it doesn't come across as the intention because literally every other frame, the character is off model. And it's not off model in a way where they're like making a
In
grand
an
expression
animation
or
way.
like in an animation way. It's off model in the sense of
Quick
this just looks wrong.
sped through way.
Like, honestly, the worst offender is Bond. I swear to God, he looks different in every single frame of animation he's in. And
See,
he
okay.
got a little fuller in the cheeks as well.
That's what's
So, like,
funny.
everyone just looks so off.
When you empirically look at the Ace Attorney anime, right? There is definitely it's loose, if that makes sense, right? It's loose.
100%.
Okay, it was done fast. However, this is very important. Even though there's a fair amount of times when Edgeworth's hair is just fucking massive or Phoenix looks a little derp, okay, the character designs in Ace Attorney are so incredibly solidly iconic that it doesn't matter. However, if you were to say that we got like off model in like Windbreaker, where they're specifically not out of the box design, right? They're not like over the top crazy, it'll be a lot more jarring. The one that I remember being big boob lady came out of nowhere, but I still watched the whole anime and I'm glad I did, is Soul Eater. Because it's like episode 1. They fucking go and they meet a witch and she's naked in the bathtub. And that's like the whole, and she's naked for the whole time. And like, they make a joke about it, if I remember. Maka's like, no, what the fuck? What is happening? But that was very jarring for me. I was like, what? This is so sudden. Season 1.
Baby.
Yeah, because Soul Eater was definitely one of my early animes. And I was like, oh god, what the hell? What is this? But it like never comes up again. Like, it's so everything else that I remember compared to that one
woman who can also turn into a cat.
Yeah, that is the woman that can turn into a cat.
Okay.
Yeah. And she lives in the pumpkin
Blair.
house.
I think her name is
Blair. But she like maybe once comes up again after that. Like, she's not like there, importantly in any way. And there's no other characters that have, yeah, Mason, watch Soul Eater.
Well, honestly, if you want more of that, go watch Kill la Kill.
Oh, yes, Mason. Mason, if you want anime women,
the one.
watch Kill la Kill, man.
If anime booba is
If
what
anime
you seek,
booba-
you will get anime booba.
That is the fucking premise of the show, is anime booba, which is a weird thing to say, but it's a fun show overall.
It's Trigger. We accept it at this point.
But it's a funny show. It has a lot. Yeah, seriously, Mason, this is not a joke. This is not a rib. If you have not seen Kill la Kill, watch Kill la Kill. I don't know what your weight wanting MP at this point.
It could be anything.
There's so many things I've said. Mars has said. It really could be anything.
We're just gonna roll with it and move on.
Well, MP, if you want to say what you're wanting. The booba? What about the booba?
Yes.
That the show is basically
That is
surrounded by the
plot?
premise that booba exists? I'm just saying, Mason, if you don't enjoy Kill la Kill, I'll be surprised.
I too will be very surprised.
But what I mean by the show is all about
Yoko
clothes.
is also a really fun character.
Yeah, but the show is all about clothes and like being
She's got
comfortable in
some
your
fight
own
to her.
skin, which is weird when you look at the show. Okay, because
So
MP,
the clothing is the weapon.
the clothing is alive
You
and the
you
weapon.
wear the clothing, and then the
to
clothing becomes the
activate
weapon.
the
And since the
clothing,
clothing becomes the weapon, the clothing becomes less.
yeah. So basically, you wear like a normal outfit that covers like the classic amount. You know, some are a little more skimpy than others, but like basically normal clothes. And then when you like
PG-13 amount.
evolve into like you unleash the power of the clothing. Well, I guess only one clothing is alive. Two clothings is alive. Is evil ladies? She's not evil. I forget her name. Black hair. The other one.
I think she does have one that's alive.
That is alive, but not all clothing is alive. But the two main characters' clothing is alive.
It's basically super tech.
Yeah, they're extra
that manifested
special
into a schoolgirl's
but there's
uniform.
a limited amount of material. So when you like awaken it to be cool and do other shit and like have other parts and weapons, you have to have
literally
less
like
covering
a thong
you
on the booba.
But you also have to be comfortable with that because they can tell when you're nervous about it, right?
Yeah.
So being uncomfortable and unconfident about it is bad, and now you're bad at like
fighter.
melding with the clothing, right? So it's basically
you gotta sync 100%.
So yeah, so it's a
good metaphor.
It's actually really good. It's a very
skin.
interesting premise, but so the overall thing is about
but
being
it's
comfortable
definitely
in
like,
your own body and doing.
You know what it is? It's the Sarazamai route, where the message is very good. But you definitely gotta get past this one element.
It's
to
wild.
Enjoy it.
If you go and you like
some people
search
are not
the
gonna
show
get past that.
and you looked up like screenshots and stuff of it, you'll be like, wow, this is like fan service the anime, but it's not. Right? But it's not.
Oh, literally,
like, obviously,
literally, you look up Kill la Kill, and the outfit is the first image.
And like, obviously, it's fan service in the sense of that, like, there's scantily clad, anime women and men.
I would say
there's
it's
a fair amount
mostly
of men.
under booba.
It
you
is
don't
a lot
get
of under
everything,
booba,
but you definitely get under.
But it is still somehow not bad fan service, right? Like, it's not egregious in the sense of like it matters, which is weird, but it works, so it's good.
It's not egregious because it's the purpose.
Yeah, it's hard to explain beyond that.
It really is.
If you can deal with some weird shit, go watch it. It's pretty good.
I say go for it. Also, pseudo-canon lesbian couple.
Oh yeah, again, Mason, go watch it, Mason. Also, Sarah, if you're here.
Yes. Zilla, I saw some interest, maybe, possibly.
It's good. It's really good, okay? It's one of those things where, me being an ace person, not very uncomfortable for the majority of the part, and it was definitely like nice being confident in your own skin and learning how to be like confident about it. Would I wear shit like that? No, but it's
only
wild.
in my room with no one else to see.
It's okay, Mars. I have a really wild question for you. Have you ever been like okay, it would be cool to wear one of like this like a more skimpy, I guess is the word, like anime character outfit to a convention, but obviously I could never. It's like,
yes.
in my dreams that'd be pretty epic, but like
absolutely in my dreams. Absolutely in my dreams I would want to.
It's like a bucket list sort of thing. It's like, that would be fun.
It's one of those ones where, like, maybe as my skills with cosplay grow, eventually I'll gain that confidence. But until then, hi, Vash and Edward Elric coat that goes down to the floor and covers everything.
But see, then that's
Perfect.
the complete opposite thing. Yes. Cool, like Laura's scantily clad anime characters, and then it's also like, but men. Let me
That's-
be every male character.
It's literally the spectrum.
It's
I just
so.
want to be androgynous, man.
Please,
I
I
wanna
want to be
flip-flop
both a
between
hot
the two
anime
and
girl
confuse
and a
people.
hot anime
That's all
guy,
I want. Is
please.
that too much to ask?
Let me be Link gender, thank you.
Please.
Why is this
No,
not?
let me be Link or Zelda gender because Zelda was she,
Zelda does do
and
both.
Zelda
Yeah,
pulled it off.
they're
Zelda
both
does
good.
both. Link does both.
Yeah,
I love the people online who are like, ah, yes,
yeah,
Zelda,
they're
Link,
really
trans
cool,
couple.
and the fights are really cool. MP, like it's an
NP,
anime
It is a
that is
trigger
very anime.
It's going to be very well animated.
It's very good. The animation is great. All this stuff is good, but it's definitely like a little, don't be faint of heart.
It's very anime.
It's very
In terms
anime.
of animation, in terms of story, and in terms of what they choose to show. It's very anime.
It's very anime.
It is maybe the most anime you could get.
But it's a good one, you
But
know.
it's a very fun time. I had a good time watching it. Good God, that was like 2-3 years
So,
ago when I first watched it.
That recently?
Yeah, that recent. I had nothing to do during 2020.
Wow, that was like the first anime I watched with Dylan in our relationship. Like we were very
Wow.
early in dating. That was a long time ago for me. Wow, that's wild that you say that. I'm like, that's one of like, that's like an early anime for me. Which is wild to think about, right? But it was a Dylan recommendation.
That's one of those ones where I'm like, would I watch that one with a partner? I don't know.
That was Dylan recommended that to me. So, you know.
Oh, okay. So you got the go ahead from him.
Yeah, which is honestly
Okay.
wild overall. But yeah, it was definitely recommended. I had no idea about it. He really likes the guy that there are 3 things you need to know. He still references that to this day.
I feel like I heard that in our last D&D session.
Yeah, probably. He loves that a lot.
At least a couple times. Ooh, those are nice gold eyes.
Okay. And lastly, let's color the line art something.
Something. Anything.
I think I'm gonna do this. Ooh, okay. And then we'll do like this. Have to get password information. What?
Okay. Ori will be back momentarily. Ah,
No, Dylan's
I love
just
the
trying to
skirt
talk
on
to
this
me.
character. Big
It's fun.
anime vibes.
It's supposed to be magical girl.
I mean, those two kind of go hand in hand.
Exactly. Okay.
Unless you're talking about Star versus the Forces of Evil. That's the only American quote-unquote magical girl I can really think of.
Yeah, because that was heavily inspired by the magical girl thing.
Despite all that, I never watched Star versus the Forces of Evil.
I did. I don't know.
What'd you think?
It was
I've
fun.
heard very mixed reviews.
It was fun. The ship is... I don't know how to brain.
Oh dear.
Like, it's fun, but it was kind of like a hot mess at the end, I guess, in a way.
Oh.
But, you know, it was a fun romp until then. But it was definitely like a little weird.
Well, majority was fun.
Like, you know, if you go into it not looking for it to be too serious, like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely a little like, they definitely wanted the ship at the end, and then, it didn't happen. Like, the ship happened, but they forced it. I don't know how to explain it.
Oof.
If
That's
you watch
rough
it...
when you can feel the writers in the room pushing two characters together.
Well, it's like, you ship it, but it's like we went in this, like, roundabout way, and it was just like, I'm okay with the ship pastry puff. What I didn't like is the, like, weird back and forth after it's like, nah, we've kind of, like, made the ship, like, the ship's gonna happen because fate
Is
shit.
it like a will they, won't they?
No, it's not, and that's what's terrible about it.
Oh, what the hell do they do instead?
Basically, there's an episode that they like dance under the blood moon, which is like, oh, these two people will be bound forever, and it's them.
Okay, so they're basically married now.
And then she goes and dates her ex again.
What?
Yeah, it's very weird.
That what? Is it like her trying to defy fate or something like that?
No, I don't know. It's done
Oof.
bad.
Ouch. That is rough. Marco and Star becoming romantic was a source of bleh. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to seek out some video essays on this one.
Yeah, watch videos of... Yeah, they like both end up dating other people after this thing. Okay, it's fun. It's not Gravity Falls. It's not Amphibia. Okay. It's not like it.
And it's definitely not Owl House.
No, it's not as tight as that. It falls short at the now. Okay, as a person,
more of a vibe
that
show?
likes vibe show. As a person that likes the vibe. As somebody that likes Adventure Time, like overall vibe-wise, as somebody who does enjoy the ship of Star and Marco, in the end, I find the ending to be sweet. The middle part, I just kind of ignore the plot. It's just, like, so in my opinion, it's a fun time, most of the time. There's a couple episodes where there's like a character where I don't really like the character. But overall, it's a funny, fun time if you ignore, like, thinking about it critically. You know what I'm saying? If you watch it just because you're having a good time, just have a good time. I don't find it's, like, glaringly bad, right? And so it's like, okay, it gives me fairy tale, but way less time commitment and more bottle episodes that it, like, doesn't matter. So it's like, if you want to watch something in the background,
Okay.
I think the designs are fun. I think the overall thing is fun. It's cute. I like it overall. There's a lot of good ideas. It's just not put together well at the end. Gives Voltron vibes, right? Gives Voltron vibes, but with a better ending.
Originally.
Right, it gives Voltron vibes. It's a good time overall. It kind of falls apart at the end, but personally, I do enjoy, spoilers, that Marco and Star end up together and they manage to merge their worlds together, and it's cute, okay? You can't deny that like trope is cute. Now, how they get there, I don't really remember, if I'm being honest.
It's a Rocky Road ice cream sundae.
Yeah, okay, it's not a tight...
Sweet but bumpy.
It's not a tight, it's not a tight sort of...
It's not a tight story.
The overarching plot is not as tight as it should have been to do what they wanted to do greatly. They're an okay show overall. That is just a time that if you have some free time and you want to watch it, do it. It's rise. It's not rise from the ashes, but it's the vibe of like could have been really good.
Okay.
But they didn't do it. the right way.
So Blue Exorcist season 3 then.
There you go. Yeah, but less frustrating in my opinion when I watch. I don't remember being.
Here's the thing. Blue Exorcist I was following for a long time. I watched that one back in high school, season 1, then I did season 2 in college, because I really fell behind, and then season 3 I was looking forward to. So that one burned me because of the anticipation. I think starting with this one, if I just go, and there's no expectations, might be better.
I would say that's exactly what it was.
Because Blue Exorcist had expectations, and they dropped the ball.
Because
I don't hate what they did, but they could have done something so much more impactful. And
I
that
definitely
frustrates me.
didn't like. I don't remember like having a bad time while watching it. It's only one of those things where it's like, oh, when you watch like the video essays on it, it's like, yeah, I can see, I can see how that, whatever, But if you just kind of watch it and you like vaguely follow it, I think it's fine.
Oh, update, guys. There is Daily Ace Attorney trivia in the Discord, courtesy of Pastry Puff.
I've already answered correctly.
I've already answered too. Let's find out if I'm correct.
Okay, I didn't intend to...
I mean, it was either that or Lego Monkey King because Sayu was in it, so...
What? Oh, so watching Star or Monkey King? I'm like, what are we talking about now? I'm debating that one too.
You lost the thread.
I lost the thread. Well, we started talking about Ace Attorney stuff, and I kind of just lost the thread. But
oh, the Ace Attorney was supposed to be the quick aside.
Yeah, my brain dead.
Brain dead. 10-11.
Hey,
no brain.
Hump day tomorrow, and then I have off.
Same.
So exciting.
Which honestly I need. Like, guys, this has been a hell of a day. I had a part stolen off my car.
No!
From my driveway, too.
Oh my god, what part?
Oh crap, what was it? It was, hang on.
Catalytic converter?
To me. The what?
The catalytic converter?
Yep, that's the one.
That's what Dylan had stolen off of his car.
So literally...
Is your car a Volkswagen?
No, it's a 2002 Honda. It's like a dinosaur. I don't know why anyone would want that.
Because it has precious metal in it.
Because
it has platinum in it. Yeah.
Well, my theory was either it has precious metal in it, or it has really old parts that are probably no longer on the market anymore. So now
to my understanding, it's a precious metal thing, but like Jesus.
Well, it was I did not know what was happening this morning because I drove the car
and
home
it was loud as
yesterday.
Fuck. And
it was loud as hell. When I turned on the end, it was literally spluttering.
Yep.
It was smelling. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, there is no way in hell I'm driving this. So I had to Uber a ride twice today.
That's exactly what Dylan.
And I'm like,
he drove it
though. I thought it was because I took a long trip 2 weekends in a row. Like, guys, I drove about 5 hours last weekend. Last weekend. And then this past weekend, I drove out to the city to do the thing I had to do. So, and again, this is a 2002 car, so I thought like, oh, it's died. This trip has killed it. I've murdered this car. Call Phoenix Wright because I am a murderer. And then I'm at work today. My dad is calling me in the middle of the day, and he's like, so I took your car into the shop. The part was sawed off. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? And he goes like, I found the part in the a piece of the part in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, one, how the hell did I miss that? And two, what the hell? Like, that doesn't usually happen in the place where I live.
No.
At least not to my knowledge.
No.
So, that's a new one. I'm just like, well, shit. That's not great. So, my dad will be driving me into work tomorrow. At least it's the last day I gotta go in for the week. because then 4th of July and Friday I have off by default. So that's kind of nice. I was actually kind of elated because originally I thought like, oh, this is totally my fault. I drove it for so
No,
long. I should have
no.
known not to do that because I didn't know why it was making that noise. And then when my dad told me like somebody stole it, it's like he's really mad over the phone because he's like, I can't believe this happened. We don't have cameras, like blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh good, I'm not to blame. I can't be blamed for this one. It's literally someone else's fault
Yep.
that the car doesn't work. I was like, you know what? I'll take it. Of all the things that could have happened, I'll take it. Not thrilled, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I'm gonna have to tell
okay, so
Dylan.
pastry, I'll hire Edgeworth then.
There you go.
Edgeworth will be on my side. Yes, poor Angelina the Honda. Slaughtered in her, well,
Oh
not her
my
prime.
God.
It's been years.
Jeez, though. That's nuts.
But I got to take Uber for the first time today.
Oh, that was her first time?
I've literally never used Uber in my life.
Wow.
I think the only other time I've used Uber was in college, and that was because one of my friends wanted to use it because she didn't feel like walking to the store.
Yeah, that's a vibe.
It was winter, I get it, but it was right down the road.
Nah, it's a vibe.
But overall, pleasant experiences. Oh,
All
not
right.
bad.
It's time to submit my attack.
Uva Java? I can't tell if this is a meme, Mason. It might be. I'm not sure. I'm not well versed. I apologize.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh! I love that you can add the border. Seafoam represent.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I love the borders.
Is that something new they added this year?
So they added specifically a way where you can do it in the thing. I'm still doing it, the other way.
Oh, it's a Vine. Okay. I missed the Vine era, Mason. I wasn't as online as I could have been when
Heck.
Vine was still a thing.
I always forget.
It's very tragic. I am
How
a
to do
bad
this.
millennial.
Characters. I need your thingy. Thank
Ooh.
you.
MP, just roll with it. Roll with the color change. Make it work.
I think it counts as
Maybe you could
this.
turn it into part of the design.
Oh god, now I have to remember how to freaking do this.
Oh yeah, no, I totally missed the Vine era, Zilla. I didn't become like, I guess I'll use the word immersed on the internet until
Yeah.
I guess college. And like the only reason I did was because of two things. One, my best friend at the time convinced me to make an Instagram on my birthday. And that was literally one of my first posts on my main, like just like a little stupid like birthday post. And then the second reason is because I was taking an intermediate Spanish course at the time. It was my freshman year, first semester. I was taking intermediate Spanish. And the professor had these weekly assignments for us, and she wanted them to be like respond to a prompt using conversational Spanish. So she wanted us to upload these things, not to like Brightspace or Blackboard or whatever site the university was using. No. She wanted us to post them on Facebook. As if they were like actual text discussions between people. So I'm sitting here like, well shit, I need to create a Facebook account to pass this class.
Wild.
Yeah, from there, just the social media.
I got Facebook
Bug
before I was 13 to play Farmville, so my mother could get more things from Farmville.
See, Ori was way more into it than I was.
Yeah.
Mason, if anything ends up on my Facebook, it's because it's a cross post from Instagram and I'm too lazy to turn it off. I just leave it on.
That's a
Hiya,
vibe.
Safe.
Hello,
Welcome,
Safe.
welcome to Art Fight Night. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. Submit attack. You gonna work this time? You did work this time. All right,
Oh,
there it is.
yay.
Done.
Oh,
Next.
look at it. It's lovely. What's next on the agenda?
Next, it looks like. Well, so that's all the people that have attacked me. So now we get to attack first. Let me remove my.
Ori fired first.
Okay, hold on. We're just gonna.
Oh, no,
we're
I'm
just
sorry.
gonna
It's
take
Ori shot first.
a
There we go.
moment to admire how good they fucking look. Look at my boys. Look at my
very
lovely,
aesthetically pleasing homepage.
This is so. But look at how they look. This is good. I am drawing my enemies. But
Welcome to Art Fight.
we have the lovely boy. Look at him.
Oh,
Look at his
the
lovely
new reference
references.
sheets are so
good.
Wow, I fucked that up.
They're so
The new
good.
reference sheets are so good.
We have this guy. Oh, look, you guys get to see finished references that haven't been seen before because Ori only just finished them. Look at Ferrix.
Ooh.
Got Ferrix with his scars too. Look at him go. Look at that. We have Sinet. Look at the Sinet. Oh, look at him. He's such a cutie. We also have him shirtless. I love his patterning up.
So good.
Of his thing. It's great. Top tier. You had Friday Fight Night. I remember sparring, but we didn't have a special night for it. And then we have Aster.
The first time I think I've seen Sinet's stripes go onto his back.
I mean, that reference has existed for a while. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you. Look at this fucking shit I had to do with Aster. Look at Aster's goddamn feather pants. They're not actual pants. They're his feathers. But look at the fucking shit I did. I also drew them up his back under his wings here. You just don't see them in this reference. But Jesus Christ.
Inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good shit. But yeah, fine. I finished Aster yesterday and I'm very happy. But yeah, he's got spoons. They're not pubes, they're feathers, Mason. And then Sinet, Sinet has the little leaves, petal things.
Feathers,
my beloved. I have a love-hate relationship with feathers. I really do. I love them. Also, they're annoying when you draw them real nice, how I like to do them. Okay, let's go to
I wonder if Averett is gonna get any love this year.
We'll see. He still has the old one. I just didn't have the time. Okay. Now we're gonna go back
he does
to...
have thick thighs. He may not have thunder thighs, but they are thick thighs.
We're gonna go back to my classic. Oh yeah, Ferrix is very thick. That is indeed...
He got the cake. He got the whole bakery.
He is the thickest collar, and that is purposeful. Like, okay, guys, there's a lot of time and effort put into the thickness of each character. Why are you still not the color I want? Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go.
It's really fighting you tonight, jeez.
It's me being stupid, but I'm gonna blame it on the thing. Because that's how all good artists do. Yeah, we're going easy now.
Standard
I did the thing because I was attacked by Pastry Puff, but now we're falling back into my routine of last year. But I will say, it was nice looking at the other ones and seeing them all kind of the same level. So maybe I won't. Well, maybe I won't equally reciprocate. We'll see. Maybe I'll always draw rendered busts. They just look so nice together in my, like, folder. Is that weird to say? Let's see if Mason can guess which character I'm drawing. Out of hers. I think she has 2 characters up
Time
on
for
here.
the game. Guess that character.
If I do the hair, it'll be immediately obvious. Do they have the same exact outfit? Yeah, they do. It is a uniform after all. Which makes sense. But yes. It's also just, this is so much quicker. I forgot how fast this was. I'm like, I'm fast at art! And it's like, yeah, but, you know, drawing more of a character just takes longer. That's just how it goes.
Logically, yeah.
I know,
let's check
Mason.
out.
I was just curious if drawing the outfit would give it away, like drawing the hair will give it away, you know? Yeah, we'll do it that way. Is it
That's
Addie?
just kind of how
I
bird
can't
callers are.
say
They'll
yes or
have
no,
those feather
Mason,
fans.
because otherwise you'll immediately, if I say yes or no, you'll know it's what character it is, because you only
They'll
have 2.
give away the game too
You only have 2
soon.
characters.
We can't have that. Oy, ow. Stupid back.
Okay. We're gonna do this way, because this makes life easy. We draw the school, I'm assuming this is the school crest, so that it's nice and even. Oof. Only if you want to, Mason.
That's kind of your call, Mason.
Yeah. If you want art of only these 2 characters, then leave it those 2. But if you want art of,
Means
you know,
you'll get
more
a lot
characters,
of art of those characters if people attack you.
yeah. I'm always curious to see who people draw. Pastry Puff's Ferrex.
It usually tells us who the fan favorite is.
Well, I also will say I
Depending
think
on
it
who
does tell
decides to draw
who
what.
they think the easiest is to draw. Because
People look at Aster and Sin and are just like, hell
no, Sidney got a fair amount of art. It was Aster and Ferrex
Really?
and Everett didn't get any art last year. Pastry Puff
Really?
is the
Ferrex
first
didn't
person.
get any?
No, Pastry Puff is the first person to
Huh.
art fight Ferrex. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, this is a giveaway now.
I
Mason.
Mandela affected myself. I really thought that Ferrex
Our
had
Discord.
art last year.
Our Discord loves Ferrex. We've had
maybe
multiple
that's
in
what
our
I'm
Discord,
thinking of.
but in art fight, no. Only Sinnett, Milano, and Hotson got art fight last year.
Damn. That is nuts. To
Oh,
think
there we
about.
go. Well, cute Boba Ferrex. It was worth it.
Oh, Boba Ferrex?
I will admit, I only draw characters I'm interested in drawing. I don't look at whether they've been attacked or not. It's like, I pick which one I think is the most interesting.
Safe, I'm very curious. How is Hotson like Itadori?
Hotson like Yuji? Interesting.
That's why I'm curious to see what Safe's take on that is.
Interesting indeed.
Very.
I think you know who it is now, Mason.
Oh, with who is the most innocent? Innocent.
It-
Opinions about that. But if you see Hotson as innocent, you
Yeah,
know,
who's
who am I to
moving it
mess
out?
with that? Who am I to mess with that worldview?
Yeah,
Who
don't
am I- who am
no
I to mess with that
spoils, Mars.
interpretation? I don't even think that's a spoiler.
I'm messing.
I think that's just like how they act. I guess with Hotsun being very nervous in canon, especially in the first few days on the island, he does come across as very innocent. I think I interpret it more as naive and out
Naivete.
of his
But I do
element.
find that they classically go hand in hand, so I don't fault someone.
They do occasionally. Oh no, no fault whatsoever. I am totally open to hearing what people's interpretations of the characters are. I just find it so interesting because I'm like racking my brain, like, how is Hotsun like Yuji? Like Yuji is way more, at least
Milano.
for me. I describe Yuji as, yeah, Milano, fun-loving,
Yuji's
very
Milano-y.
eccentric, energetic. What's the other word? Extrovert. That's the word I'm looking for.
Extrovert. Fight for friends.
Oh, very much so.
Milano is the epitome of shonen fight for friends.
Milano is like every shonen protagonist, just wrapped into a chaos man. And we love him for that.
Indeed.
No worries, safe. In this town we call that midnight brain.
Midnight brain.
We love it around here.
Love it is a strong word. Deal with it often.
I put it in quotes.
Your avatar doesn't do quotes, Mars.
If I do a double sip, it's quotes. Sip, sip. There we go. Now it's
Okay,
quotes.
now this is the true testament.
Howdy, Jamie. Howdy.
Jamie! How are you, Jamie? How you been liking the Pride Month kabedons?
I gotta say, Ori, I've been enjoying them.
Yeah, good. I'm so enthused. I expected enthused to like the last one. It's Enthus's ship, so.
They're so good. So
I have to
deep.
draw another one. Oops. You haven't had a chance.
Oh,
Blasphemy, Jamie. Well, I hope whatever you've been busy with has been good busy. Good busy is fun. I was good busy last week. So
Honestly,
Naruto,
okay.
but better. Milano is
Jujutsu
everything.
Kaisen does female characters so well. Like, I freaking love Nobara. She's awesome. She is such a badass. Maki is great, especially in Jujutsu Kaisen 0. She kicks ass in the movie. Miwa is hilarious. I really feel for the girl. She's always trying her best. Trying to think. I never remember the name of the blonde-haired character. Like, the witch with the blonde
The witch? Oh,
pigtails.
yeah, no idea. Oh, we love the Senate one. Not my
Sushi
ship.
Boy is beautiful.
Not my ship.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
Oh, he did see the Milano one.
On the Milano one, too. Yeah, Ori really outdid herself with those cabedons. Cabedon? Did I say
Yeah,
that right?
Kabedon.
Okay. Just checking, because it didn't feel right. You know, sometimes you say a word and it just doesn't feel right in your mouth, and you're like, wait, that's wrong.
Okay, at least they're both good, Jamie. I was like, I love the Milano one. I think they're all good. I think the vibe, I'm very proud. This is fun. This is a funny way to think about it. Doing sets like that is like, I have to really figure out how to capture the vibe of each character in the similar but not the same way, right? Does that make sense? So it's like, oh, if they're all getting a kabedon, right? How do I like make it not just them all in the same pose but with different characters? You know what I'm saying? It's definitely like a challenge, and I think I did a really good job, if I'm being honest. They all have like,
E-boy Ferrex.
Yeah,
I think Ferrex is the winner of
I
that
saw
round,
your
Ori.
thing. They love. I mean, he's pretty great. you know.
Ferrex
Ferrex in every other AU is just like a slut. He's the sluttiest of them all. Every time. Every other modern AU. Not even modern AU. Every other AU is just like, he's just flirting the whole time.
Would sink into that.
So easy.
That armor so perfectly.
So easy. Hotson would have to be the one to deal with it.
Ferrex would be 100% in sync with the weapons.
No, okay. This is the whole thing. Ferrex is the I know I'm hot, I know how to flirt, and I will use it to get free shit and stuff like that, right? And get more tips, okay? That's Ferrex.
That's definitely
Milano is the I'm just a guy and I exist, but everybody somehow thinks literally me existing is hot as hell, and I'm kind of just whoops, oblivious.
Ferrex is the I purposefully make myself sexy. Milano is the whoops, I'm sexy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, whoops, all sexy.
Whoops, all sexy.
Well, Milano's doing pretty good in tips in that AU, so it's not hurting him.
It's definitely not hurting him.
I would say
it's probably a little annoying to Ferrex.
In canon, Ferrex loves showing off his collar features. He's very proud of it. He does not want to hide who he is. Hence why he has
Okay, guys, I gotta tell you something.
And the shortest clothes.
I gotta tell you something. I'm designing, I was making ideas for the characters' port outfits, you know, for the collars. And I was drawing Milano's, and what I decided for Milano's port outfit was something, and then one of the poses just went real left. He forced me, okay? It wasn't me. It was him. But it got kind of rushed real fast. And I'm like at work. I'm like in the car, and I'm like drawing this, and I'm like, please nobody walk over and look at what I'm doing. And then what's even worse is that I really wanted to draw like child Milano, because I'm doing this like animation that I like little short that I wanted to get back to. So I had to, it's on the next page. They're like, you open it up and it's like the one page and then the next page, and it's just like
you gotta separate the two.
Well, yeah. Yes, I did, Pastry Puff. I did. Okay.
That is indeed
I'm gonna tell you,
Pastry Puff.
I'm gonna tell you, Pastry Puff. You're gonna see it in the Ace. So in the Ace Attorney AU, okay, the little comic when it comes out, it's just Ferrex and Milano. That's all you get to see in the beginning, in the part that exists. And I asked Dylan to pose for both Milano and Ferrex in the thing, because there's a lot of like around the desk stuff that was just very specific poses that I wanted like movement wise, and it's a lot of like Ferrex sitting on the desk and like leaning in and all this stuff. So I'm taking pictures and I'm like directing Dylan, and Dylan's like, this is the gayest shit. Like this is like, is this for like the Kofi? Is this the gay Is this so gay? Ori? I was just like, oh my god, they're not even flirting. This is just Ferrex's existence. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Milano is whoops accidentally sexy, Ori is whoops gay.
Yeah, whoops gay. Exactly, Pastry Puff.
It's Ferrex. It's always Ferrex.
If you're drawing a character, you're like, okay, Zilla. 1, yes, but 2.
We have thoughts about this.
2. I specifically designed all of the main characters of Outcast. I wanted them to be, you know, personally attractive. Like, I wanted them to look nice and be pretty or handsome or whatever you want to do. Like, I wanted them a certain way. I then ended up, and this is I have an issue apparently. I don't know where in the thing the issue exists, but there is an issue that Ori has. And the issue that Ori has is that everyone ends up being hot. At least personally, they're all like hot. I'm just like, oh shit. However, I have specifically made a point in 3 new Outcast character designs to make them sort of quote-unquote out of the comfort zone, right? One of them's a woman, first of all. Well, technically 2 of them are women, but I'm not counting that. But she's hot too, but that's a separate thing. But she's meant to be hot separately.
Smash.
Yeah. And I'm like designing them. And I'm designing them specifically with the intent to make them very different looking than the main character cast, because they're all like Bishonen or femboys. Like that's the main. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Dylan calls them femme men in a new Ace Attorney video that's coming out soon. It's gonna be hilarious. But actually 2 women now, Jamie, but there will be more women, and they're all hot right now. But I'm drawing them, and again, the intention is not to make them hot, it's to make them different. And I finished drawing all these characters, like, ooh. I'm like, oh no, they're all very different, and they're all very different body shapes, and like, looks, and all this sort of stuff, and like, I specifically was using reference for like certain ethnicities, and I'm just like, wow, they're all fucking hot. I didn't mean it. That was not like, I didn't sit down and like, be like, yes, I am! Jamie, there's one character in Outcast so far that I don't think is hot, and he was drawn with the purposeful intention to not be hot. And that's Olus.
Which one?
I didn't, sorry.
Sorry!
There's not many options for
no
who exists already.
Suspense
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we could have tested people to see how many remembered
But,
Olus.
oh my god. And then
He
Jamie
kickstarted
Zilla,
the adventure.
or you've never seen someone accidentally write BL romance. That's Mars's problem, not mine. She's the writer,
sorry.
okay? But
I can't help it that
Yeah.
Ferrix is very confident and everything he says sounds like he's flirting. That is not my fault. Ferrix has a voice of his own. I
Well, that
just
is true.
give him the voice.
I did draw Kid Milano, and he's adorable. He's such a cute,
Oh, he is precious.
such a cute little precious kid. Obviously,
yes,
it's
Olus
very
is
different.
the boat salesman.
Yeah. This is a lie! Jamie! I want you to know the fucking direction and words that I'm given in the script, okay? Do I then interpret it? Yes. But I gotta tell you, the fucking, like, Sinnott Hotzen scene? That's Mars's fault, okay? That's Mars's fault.
Always blame
Don't
the writer.
blame me. I will accept some blame of certain things, but that one's on you. Mars is like, I want them looking at the sunset together, okay? I was given an assignment. I delivered. They're all
It
gay.
was high
They're all
energy.
queer.
They had been arguing during the day, and now the energy is dropping. So they're not as high strung anymore. The setting sun reflects that. It also shows that Sinnott is a sentimental character because he values things like that. Something that Hotzen might
I'm
not
just
have
saying.
considered before. I'm just saying, I blame the media for how we interpret
I
certain
also
ethnicities.
agree. Because I'm gonna tell you,
'Cause
I could
have
make it
watched the
way more
sunset
gay.
Or sunrise with my friends, and it was the most platonic shit.
And I gotta tell you, I watch like actual BL, and we're not on that level, okay? We're not on the level.
Not on that level, guys. There's no circles floating around in the background. There's no bubbles, so it's clearly not BL.
The bubbles don't exist.
There's no bubbles. No, I'm telling you, this also exists in webtoons because I am currently reading Not So Silent, and I swear to God, the bubbles, the pastel colors, everything. They're all
Very
there.
inspired.
The tropes have carried through. I don't see any of that in Outcast, so it's not
Also,
true
please
BL.
read reads. Thank you. Do it.
Yes, I will. Please let me free up my
The
watch
art,
list, please,
the
and thank
art
you.
jumped so well. Now it's on a monthly schedule, so you have time to catch up. But there's a lot of content. When you read Outcast, and only when you read Outcast, although I recommend it.
I mean, again, that's
I
not our
don't-
fault. That's the algorithm.
I see. Now I gotta tell you, Jamie. I read a lot of BL on Webtoon. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I do read a fair amount of BL on Webtoon. I'm going to go look
The only thing
at the I'm going to go, and this is my personal account, so this is not the Folding Planets one that posts. This is the one I actually sit and read Webtoon on, okay? I'm in Outcast right now. I'm going to recommendations. First one is BL. Second one is not BL. Third one, I think it is BL. Fourth one, I can't tell. There's not blatantly BL. Fifth one, definitely not BL. Sixth one, definitely not BL. Seventh one, furry. Understandable, but doesn't look like BL. Looks like a woman on the cover. Eighth one, not BL. Ninth one, not BL. So I gotta tell you, Jamie, that sounds something like a you thing.
That sounds like a you thing.
Because
Jamie.
I gotta tell you,
if
this read the amount of, because if I go and I look at everything that updated that I, oh no, actually I think going through my recent reads is better. First one's Outcast, second one is not a BL, third one's a BL, fifth one's a BL, sixth one's a BL, seventh one's a BL.
Okay, it's
9,
literally every other one.
12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 are all BLs, okay? So, like, my algorithm should
things that are trending.
Should give me BLs. Another BL, another one, another one, another one. Another one, another one. There's a lot of them. I'm not lying.
Ori, just exposing yourself left, right, front,
at this
back,
point,
everything.
At this point, who cares? I have read a BL manga in public, in the car with my parents and Dylan. You know, no shame.
You know, as long as you can keep.
Honestly,
your
though,
reactions
I
want to
get. Well, yeah,
good.
I mean, I'm ace, so honestly, that means that I'm at the cute bits and deadpan at the rest of it.
Cute bits, and then you gotta explain yourself.
It works out. I'm like, I'm reading like Sasaki and Miyano, and they're like, I'm not even past like episode 2, maybe in the like maybe. It might still be episode 1. I don't actually, I like binged a fair amount of it, so I don't actually know where every episode cuts off. But it's just like, exactly, Pastry Puff. I do blame the media a fair amount, because while I do understand that there are certain ones where it's like, it's one blush away from being BL, I feel like it's significantly less overall than we like joke about, you know?
Well, I feel like it makes a difference because, like,
okay.
you have the proximity of the characters, you have the way the characters look at each other, these subtle glances. Like, there are a lot of different nuances to account for if you're writing a romantic scene. Those, to me, would be overtly romantic.
I feel like I could totally make it overtly romantic, and it is not, you know? I feel like it's definitely like... But I also feel like, I'm gonna not lie here, I'm Milano for a lot of my life in the accidentally being flirty, and I'm just trying to be a friendly person. But I like to hug people, and I like to, you know,
nice.
have physical contact with people.
No,
and it's just like, it's just like, no, I'm sorry. But what was I gonna say?
Cuddle with the besties.
Reads, Pastry Puff,
break the stigma.
Reads, it's really good.
Nicole!
Thank you, Nicole!
Hello!
But Reads is really good, Pastry Puff. It's a little hard to follow lore-wise, just because there's a lot of characters and a lot of stuff going on, but I don't find it super integral to the overall plot to understand it 100%. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, the person is a writer and the artist all in one, and it's a lot. But I relate to the creator a lot in how they view their comic and how they, like, you know, go about their comic and how much it means to them. And so overall, highly recommend. It's really nice. I definitely was binging it a fair amount, and it's very good. There's also a trans character in it, and it's really good, and he's really great. It's really top tier. I forgot to mention that. I don't mean to. It's really good. It's really good. I'm not gonna damn.
I'm gonna read it next week.
Like,
That'll
it's
be
a
my
lot.
plan.
There is a lot of content, okay? It's been going on for, like, since 2021, so it is a lot of content. But the trans character is done really well, in my opinion, and he's really cute with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend's great and adorable, and basically he does transition, and it's so good after he transitions, and there's so much good stuff about being like, oh, like this, my brother, he's a real man. I can't do these things. Am I a real? And it's like, yes, you are a real man. It's so good. I'm sorry. It's really, really, really good.
Okay.
Really
this
good.
Just got bumped up on my list.
Oh my god, this is like a side plot too, but it's really good. Okay, it's really good. When I found out, like, immediately.
I love that when just as much care is given to the B plots
I've lost
as much
my
as the
pen.
A plots.
I found it. Yeah, it's great.
Don't lose your pen.
You can't hear my words. Okay, it's really good. The main characters are really cute and sweet, and they have a really good time. It is, you know, they do get together. It's very nice. But there's also a trans character, and his plot ends up being the side plot, a sort of thing, and they coalesce in the end. It's really good. Pastry Puff.
That was a very minimal rant, Pastry Puff.
It is a minimal
that
rant.
wasn't as long as it could have been.
But I haven't heard that there's a... No, Nicole, no, I didn't hear about that. Did you get it? Did you get an autograph? Did you get one?
I'm so curious.
I need to know. But, yeah, it's definitely not as tight as it could be lore-wise, Pastry Puff. There's a lot of going on. It might also be that, like, to my understanding, it's, the creator is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's Hmong, Hmong. So, like, it's one of the, like, it's one of the, like, I think it's East Asian nationality. It's somewhere in there. It's specific. But I think it has to do a lot with their, like, folk tales and stuff like that. So, there's a new No Evil episode, Jamie. Oh my god, this is a good day.
Oh,
this is good shit. This is good shit.
This
so
is a trade-off
it might
our
be
part getting stolen. Holy
that,
shit.
like,
This is a good day.
Oh, I also envy Nicole, but there's no way I could make it there. Oh, so cute. More stuff. Yay, PCM.
Ooh.
But so it might be just that, like, I don't know the lore, and they're kind of operating under, like, a, you know, they know the lore innately a little more, so they're not explaining it as much as, like, they should for a layperson. But I don't think it ruins the story at all. The overall vibes of the whole thing are understandable. I will say I find a bit of difficulty differentiating some characters just because there's a lot of characters and a lot of them are related, so they look similar. So it is just like, oh god. But overall, I think it's worth it.
Sounds very
The
worth
ship
it.
became
I'ma
canon,
check it out.
PCM. What? Oh my god. You said it would never happen, PCM.
PCM,
And yet here we
don't
are.
toy with us like this. Don't toy with us like this.
Oh.
I mean, that's still exciting.
PCM knew what they were doing.
Clearly, Ori is
Yeah,
not
look at this
excited.
tea sipping.
Mm,
PCM knew what they were doing.
you little
Eto,
snake.
blah. Yeah,
Eto, blah.
The only ships in the... yeah. That's all I have to say about that. What was I doing? Saying words, brain. I've been working on the Band-Aid comic, so that'll be happening once we're done with all the character features. Lots of fun stuff. Yeah, I've got like a really robust schedule, and I don't mean by that it's heavy. I just mean that like it's set, you know? We're going. I've kept to it for 2 days now. I also have Thursday off, which I'm so excited for. Honestly, it was great. I had vacation before this, then I get Thursday off so I can like ease back into the workforce with only 4 days instead of 3. It's great. That's the trick, guys.
There you go. The secret.
The secret sauce. Also, I gotta say, stream 10 of Justice for All, we were fucking unhinged from moment 1, guys. I don't even know. I was editing it, and damn. Put a character in that fight, yay!
Was very strong.
Beautiful MP. Okay, let's actually do this the right way and not the dumb way, Ori. And then let's do this the easy way. Yes. We'll fix it.
You can do it.
I can do it. How do we do? I think they gotta move in more. We'll bring it all the way up. I think that's better that way.
Bring it up.
Yeah, that looks good. Have to stop the apocalypse, oh god.
Oh boy.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, we finished our campaign that Dylan was DMing. So now...
That was a friggin' wild ending.
It was a great... Way better for Dylan than Dylan's first D&D campaign he DM'd for us.
Well,
it had a satisfying ending.
We made it to the actual ending that time.
And only one of us died. And it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
And
Mars.
it wasn't me.
Mars had a character
Although
live to the
I
end
was
of a
very
Dylan campaign.
Unconscious. I
Yes,
was
but
very
you
unconscious
lived.
by the end.
And if Casimir
I
would let it,
lived.
I would have taken
But
care
now
of you.
Miss Molly gets to wake up to one of her friends dead.
Yeah, but we'll give him a burial. We'll give her a burial, just like Gord. I had a hard decision to make, okay, Ms. Molly?
It was a very hard decision to make. And Mars understands that, but Miss Molly is just a child.
Yes.
And now she's scared of all of you.
Me? Aw. That's so
Yeah,
sad. No. Aw.
the bridges have been burned.
Oh,
and she would
no!
run away
I
in
was
the middle of the night.
I was happy with this campaign, and now I've been shattered by Mars after the fact. Jesus Christ!
Really thought Miss Molly was gonna come out of this unscathed and untraumatized?
I didn't think that you'd take it out on, like, Corey. You weren't awake while, like, Corey let, quote-unquote,
so
Aloria
either.
die. So you don't know what happened. Good night, Mason.
Okay, so let's clarify this. Would you explain to Miss Molly what happened, or would you leave her in the dark? Or would you lie to her? Because that would change the trajectory of things.
I would probably let Miss Molly ask questions and probably be vague.
Would they be honest, vague answers?
Yeah, they'd be honest, but probably from a slight, like, Corey perspective that would probably paint Casimir a little meaner than is probably warranted.
Okay, let's try it. Just like Corey. Why is Aloria?
Well, you're cutting out, Miss Molly, but she
Oh,
didn't
fuck.
make it through the battle.
Why? She was fine a moment ago.
No, she actually got knocked out by, oh, I don't remember his name. Big, dirty, Zenith, like, pretty quick after she was revived by Kimat, and then Kimat got nuked by Zenith, and then Zenith died, but I was really far away. And Casimir wouldn't let me heal her. If I wanted Zenith to die, which you wanted too, I wasn't allowed to go near Aloria unless I wanted to fight Casimir, which I really didn't want to do because I didn't want to kill Casimir. Now, Casimir didn't kill Aloria, but he let nature take its course, and they all took their course dead.
I think at that point, Miss Molly would run at you and just bury her face in your skirt and sob.
And I would comfort you.
There
But
you go.
then-
Epilogue.
Oh,
End
yay,
scene.
a happy epilogue. I'm not the bad guy. Hey, I get to live the rest of my life with Miss Molly and probably Dore. We're good. I told Dylan that probably my life
yes,
would be...
Casimir doesn't exist.
No, he was fucking on the other team. He made me let Aloria die.
Well, okay, here was something I was waiting to come back into play, and like, this is my own fault because I was waiting for the right moment. This is a problem, guys. When I play video
Oh
games
no, Jamie.
and any game in general, I am an item hoarder. Apparently, I'm also an opportunity
Yeah, I don't know what
hoarder
accident it was.
as well. Like, I just don't take advantage of the opportunities given to me. There was a deal between Casimir, one of our party members, and Miss Molly. In that if Miss Molly thought Casimir was doing something bad that she thought was unforgivable,
that he would
Casimir
let you
gave
kill
Miss
him.
Molly permission to kill him. I was honestly waiting
Yeah.
for that opportunity to arise, and it just never felt like the right moment to really pull the trigger for that callback.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm
Mars!
really
Oh!
frustrated that one slipped me by.
Mars! No!
I'm getting better. I'm getting
So
better at recognizing
good.
these moments.
It would have been so good.
I shoulda,
Ugh.
but I wasn't close enough. And my goal was taking out the demented god first.
Yeah, Zilla, one of our party members, which was honestly a long time coming, chose the other team for the final
Yeah.
battle. And we had to fight him.
He abandoned us,
alongside-
Which honestly, this
There's
was funny.
4 of us.
When I said at the end of the campaign, I said, I saw that coming. Like, everyone was so shocked. I'm like, literally, your character and his were fighting all the damn time.
Oh, I
Like,
was
it's
not...
no surprise he changed teams.
Well, so while like Ori and Casimir were fighting the whole time, it did seem like they relatively shared similar goals. And there's a point when Casimir's like, I respect you, like Ori. Like, you know, we will protect each other with like a mutual respect. But then when like Ori decided that, no, I'm going to follow Kimat, this is like the first decision I'm making in my life, is like deciding to follow Kimat. He like 360 turned on
Yeah.
like Ori, and it was just like downhill from there.
Boom.
So no, I was not surprised in the end, if I'm being honest. He hated Kimat so much that I would have been more surprised if he sided with Kimat than us. Yeah, it was a wild campaign ending. Basically, we had made a deal with technically a devil who claimed to be on the side of
We're
good.
very good at doing that in Dylan's campaign.
Yeah, he claimed to be on the side of good. And we made a deal with him that he would help us with this endeavor that we had to save the life of one of our party members. And in exchange, when he said we would kill one person of his choosing without question, we would fight to our death. And we like made a bunch of stipulations that it wasn't XYZ characters or, you know, this sort of thing, that the person wasn't, you know, all this sort of stuff. And he was like, yep, nope, all that's fine. And so we made the contract. It turned out it was an NPC that we knew had been corrupted by this other sort of godlike character that was basically the opposite of Keymot, our patron. And they were both good, but Keymot was lawful good, where this new guy, I really don't actually remember his name, but that was something my character did anyway. I called him Zenith was chaotic good. And they were like, okay, you know, they made their cases and they were like, here's the choice, fight with me or, you know, fight with Keymot or fight with Zenith. Is not his actual name. And 3 of us, Mars's character, my character, and our 4th party, you know, table mate's character chose to stay with Keymot, the person who had helped us this whole time. We had no reason to doubt him, all this sort of stuff. We chose to stay with him, versus Doug's character, Casimir, had hated Keymot, didn't, you know, always thought he was shady, really didn't want to make any deals with him, all this sort of stuff, ended up signing with Zenith. And so we fought, we didn't fight Casimir only, we fought Zenith and the person we were supposed to kill, this NPC that we knew that had once been our friend, but I had accepted, my character basically fully accepted that if Keymot told me it was the right thing to do, it was the right thing to do. And, yeah, it was wild. And it was a very close battle that ended with my character living and finishing, the one character, NPC, and then Casimir living while my patron had died. His patron was dying. Miss Molly was stable, Mars's character, but unconscious, and our 4th party member was dying. And we resolved that we didn't want to fight each other, so we would just let nature take its course. Nobody would interfere. Nobody would kill anybody. We would just see if they made their death saves, and nobody made their death saves. So both of them died. And in this ending, I scoop up Miss Molly, and we go live out our lives. It was a wild campaign. It will have some wild art for it when I get around to the campaign poster and everything.
I gotta be honest. Remember that splash art you did for Kazoo?
Yeah.
And like all the different items surrounding him? I would honestly commission you to do one of those for Miss Molly.
Oh yeah? The one where he spins around, that's my background?
So cool. Yeah, because it just looks so awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, the different items that were significant to him. And I feel like Miss Molly had a lot of those.
Mars?
Like, more than some of my other characters.
I'll show you guys what Mars is talking about. I think it can easily.
Should be able to. Good luck with D&D, Jamie.
Good luck, Jamie. Let's see. Whoops. Not super... Hold on. There you go. He's this one over here. This is Kazoo. So he's spinning and he has all his items. And these are actually all items he canonically had in his bag. But at the end of the game, I like literally looked through his inventory and I drew every single one of them. Yes, he had a bobblehead in the shape of him. That's what this is. I drew a little like Funko Pop Kazoo. These are Sleepy Simon's. He had like, this is like a business card. He had this tarot card. He had all this stuff. So this is all actual stuff that he had in the campaign. I drew every single item to have it spilling out of his bag of holding, because that was like his thing at the end. So I really enjoyed that. I love these a lot. This is like these, all 3 of these are all my bard characters that I've had. My favorite bard characters. And they all... This is like a big art step for me here in them. In this sort of thing. These are pretty old now. They're actually not that old. 2022. They're younger than I thought. They're more recent than I thought. But this was a big art step for Ori. Nope. There we go. My thing got weird. Fixed. Yes, I love the dynamic poses. Oh, Zilla, I'm so sorry. That's the worst. We had 2 weeks off, and now this Saturday is going to be our session 0 for the campaign that I get to run.
We haven't had a session 0 in a while.
No. It's been over a year. That's how long it took us to do this one. But it'll be good. Nice and fun. And I don't have to prep too much. I'm slowly getting my thoughts together about it. I had meant to do more on vacation, but it just sort of got pushed to the wayside. Having Dylan around on vacation meant that I did a lot more things, which was mostly watching anime. But normally I have even more time to myself because I'm not, you know, I have nobody else my age to do things with when the, you know, I'll always, even though I'm an adult, they're always the adults to me. The way my family works is I'm an only child, and then I have 2 cousins that are mediumly younger than me. They're relatively close in age on my one side, but that's not the side that we visit here. I have 2 cousins on that side that are significantly older than me that we never even visit with. So I'm usually like the only kid, quote unquote, around. So I'll always be like, I'm the kid and they're the adults. That's always how it's gonna be. But so, yeah, so it was like interesting to have like another person there that was my age. Because normally it's like, I have so much free time. And it was like, nope, we watched a lot of anime, which is not bad. 3rd day in a row. Well, Jamie, it's been a while since you've told me how much D&D you play, so I hope you're having fun again. Are these Harry Potter campaigns again, or other things? More, yeah, Jamie plays a ton of D&D. Oh my god. You only have 5 games. Oh no. I'm barely managing to like get myself into gear to do this one game to DM. Ah, okay.
Forward to seeing what the premise.
I'm very excited. I think you'll super enjoy it, Mars. I hope I can pull it off. I'm very excited. It's inspired by Dylan and I went to this restaurant for Mother's Day, and there had this statue of a thing, and it has inspired this entire campaign because of its existence. So, but I think you in particular will enjoy it the most. Dylan is, you know, on board, but I feel like it'll definitely fit yours and my personal vibes a lot.
I am very fascinated.
Okay, this is not doing exactly what I want. That is the hardest thing, Pastry Puff. I will say Baldur's Gate is definitely a pretty close way to do it on your own, but I'm not sure how to I'm honestly not sure how to find games. Jamie has found games, but I think they're all or mostly paid games. Could be wrong. But it's definitely like I found my first group as my college friends, and then it turned out Dylan played D&D and sort of just went from there. And then I was like, Dylan, we have space for one more player, right? I think Mars would like to play D&D. Can I invite her? And he's like, yes. And I was like, hey, Pirates. Mars. Yeah, the first one was Pirates. However, we all died. But yeah, Mars still had enough fun to stick around.
I did have a lot of fun. I really liked sneaking around as Alar.
And here she is.
Badass to chain those moves.
Multiple years later.
Yes. And that last campaign, we've been playing that for about 1.5 years now, I think. It hasn't been longer.
This last campaign was about a year and a half, yeah. Now, there was a
that's
big
what I thought.
hiatus because Dylan had the bar, so there was like a couple months gap there where we didn't play it. So overall, it's like a year-long campaign.
There we go. It all balances out.
Yeah, which was about the length of mine before that. Now, this one won't be as long as that. I'm planning on like a small campaign. It's not a micro campaign, so it's not like Wild Hunt or,
My understanding was 10 sessions?
Yeah,
Roughly?
that's the goal around there. I don't want to make it super short because I really like the idea, but I don't want to make it like, it's definitely not a length of like, the one I did before.
One.
Yeah, I won't be doing that length again, probably. Is a lot.
It was a lot to prepare.
Yeah. But I'm excited for this one. I hope you guys would like it. I hope I can pull it off
so
is
looking
the
forward
bigger
to it.
thing.
I'm sure you can. How ambitious are we talking?
You've been happily absorbed. Well, that's the best. It's more like I hope that I can do a proper tie-in.
Oh.
If that makes sense. There's like,
References?
No. I don't want to spoil. You'll see.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil.
So session 0, we're literally building our characters.
You're building your characters, yeah. I don't...
Okay.
I'm gonna try to prep, but I don't plan to play any game.
Because I gotta be honest, I've done nothing in terms of characters.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Talking about, like, cleric pew pew sun vibes.
Yeah, no. This is the time. It allows everybody to make their characters again. Talk about, all this sort of stuff. Works out. You're right. Full scenarios when you DM, or you just adjust to pre-existing ones. So, our group prefers to write our whole new stuff. I have never played I've never truly played a module. Dylan did run what's called the starter box to get us into Pathfinder, but that was still heavily edited by him in the end, so it still wasn't just what's considered a module, which is those pre-written campaigns. Most of the time we write our own stories completely. That's just our group, though. That is not necessarily the norm. Modules are there. Yeah, we like it because, we have the stories to tell and the scenarios to make. But it is, it's not necessary. And a lot of people do run modules. I know Mars was running a module a little bit for her family there.
Yeah.
It means a lot less prep for the DM. But you never usually write the entire campaign at once, just because you don't know what the party's going to do. So you usually prep every single week. Sometimes you have like an overarching idea of the story, and then getting there is sort of like haphazard and, changes and does all that stuff. They make scenarios, the players, by doing things that you're like, ooh, this would be good, or, ooh, this character will come back now. Those sort of things.
Improvisation, a lot of thinking in the moment.
Yeah, but, there is a plan, and with good players that are invested in the story, they're usually relatively easy to point in the general direction of this is where you go, and they don't derail often, but that's totally dependent on your group.
That comes down to the table and who's playing.
Definitely.
I know there are some people out there who are like, you see a mysterious man sitting on the counter. Okay, I want to go look at the fountain.
Yeah.
Like, why?
It can be very chaotic depending on your group. Our group in particular enjoys the story, so they enjoy, actually following.
Because we want to see like what each other comes up with.
Yeah, I once and this is all a play style thing, because I once played with a group that didn't care about the story, and it just makes it like frustrating that I, as a DM,
it was incredibly meme heavy.
Well, yeah, it's very they're very meme heavy. They're very joking. They definitely want to create that like the D&D you see on the internet vibes, right? If that makes sense. And now that was not something that my campaign, you know, there's a level of like, as Dylan calls it, it's whimsy, where you have these fun joking moments. I mean, our quotes are hilarious, but we still want to solve it, and we still want to do it.
Still within the plot of the main
DMing,
story.
Nicole, I will say DMing D&D 5e was a lot of work. And the reason for that is that there's a very limited amount of monsters, I find, within the thing that are cool and different, that are unique, right? And it's difficult to balance those fights, those encounters, to a party, because the system that D&D 5e has for that is kind of bad, okay? This is objective. It doesn't mean the system is not fun or good to play, but the system for making balanced encounters that are good for that, you know, that can be the stakes and everything. Yeah, what is a CR even? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So there was a lot of work on, you know, our parts for literally making entirely new monsters every time. So if there was going to be multiple different encounters and fights, you're putting in a lot of effort to make entirely new stat blocks for these things, which is a lot of work. And on top of that, there's not as many cool, like, out of combat things innately baked into D&D. And so to do, like, other puzzles and stuff, that is a lot on you as well. Now, in Pathfinder, though, they have a lot more out of combat things just innately baked in, and two, a lot better system at balancing the encounters. So there's a lot.
I really like the options that Pathfinder offers.
Bye, Jamie. So there's a lot less need to entirely make new monsters.
It's almost like reinventing
to balance
the wheel in D&D 5.
Yeah, it is. So it's kind of annoying. So I'm excited. Will be my first time DMing Pathfinder. And I'm very excited to get to see sort of how that goes. But it should be good.
And Dylan finally gets to play Pathfinder.
Well, he played for Doug's little dungeon crawl thing, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was Pathfinder too.
Yeah, see, exactly, Zilla. And that's the problem. It's just rough, right? It's just not done perfectly, so you have those issues. And it's a lot of work on the DM to make very balanced encounters. Now, there's no problem with making an encounter that your party's meant to run away from if that is the purpose, right? If that is what you intended. But it is... Bye, safe.
And it also kind of falls on you to convey that to your party as well. Like, really emphasize this is not going to be something you can win.
Exactly.
Because you will have the people who, like, throw themselves into it and
want
they're like,
to try.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's called signposting.
You run the risk of KOing the party.
So it is a fair amount of work. I will say, Nicole, that I mean that's the reason that there's always what's considered a DM shortage. Is that especially in 5e, it is a fair amount of work to DM your own campaign, and not everybody wants to run a module, so it is a commitment. I will not lie that there is a bit of me that's like, oh god, I have to do work now to do a campaign, but I am overall excited to do it. I will say I'm also a little unique in the fact that being an artist, I want to draw the monsters that I make, just because I really
Ori
want...
drew every single monster for her last campaign.
I really want to have the visuals...
You drew NPCs too.
I drew some NPCs, yeah. The visuals line up to what I have in my head to make it exactly how the party sees them. I was also drawing maps at some point. I am not drawing maps this time. I am solely using stock maps. Thank the Lord above. I just sadly do not have the time. But it definitely gives me like sort of a the best way to say it is like a complex about DMing, where it's like I want to be above and beyond, which neither of our other main DMs do, and it's not like I feel that they've done worse because of that. You know, I'm not like, oh, you know, I'm better than. It's more like I have this ability, I want to use it, and it's a fun part for me. The reason I draw the characters is like, even when I'm not DMing, you know, the player
reveals
characters
are very cool.
is because I want to like see it.
Those are always a highlight.
It is fun, Nicole. It is different than just world building because you are cooperative storytelling. You're setting up the sandbox and then you're allowing the players to play in it and then you're playing with them. So, you know, it is a little different than just writing a story like on your own, because you don't have full control of anything like that. I personally prefer that because I'm not a writer. I don't enjoy writing. So being able to just sort of have this like setup and go along with the characters is really fun. But the difference is that when you're a DM, you have to prep for a session. When you're a player, literally you just show up.
It happens in the moment.
You just show up to the table and you play the game. There's nothing you have to do beforehand. Versus a DM does have a fair amount to do before that. But yeah, it's fun. It's great. I mean, people DM
the only thing
for a
I've
living.
ever planned as a player is what my character would say in the event that they died.
Which she is yet to do.
The only thing I've ever prepped.
Because she didn't prep it for the first character that actually died.
Oh, I didn't think it would happen.
Exactly. So after that, she was like, oh shit, now I gotta make my eulogy.
His was very quick.
It was very sudden, yeah.
He perished immediately.
It was a rough time.
But if Miss Molly or Gillith had a little life left in them, they'd have some final words.
Well, you can always, like, I don't think any DM would be like, no, you can't say some final words at the end. You know, like, it's role play, you know, like we want that sort of stuff to happen.
Oh, so, Pastry Puff, that's one of the reasons I love Free Rent, because it feels like a D&D campaign.
Yes. Oh, what did I watch where I was like, this felt like a D&D campaign?
Great.
I was doing something and I was like, oh my god, this really feels like D&D vibes. What was it? I'm absolutely blanking. I feel like I mentioned it to you, Mars, but I don't know what it was. But it was definitely like
anime.
No, I'm completely blanking on what it is. But I do know I had this thought where I was like, wow, this really feels like it's like D&D vibes without being D&D. I'm totally blanking. I'm so bad. Huh.
To remember.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh wow, this really feels like these vibes. But it wasn't even fantasy.
You sent me the Everyone is a Healer video today. But
yeah, no, that wasn't it. It wasn't even fantasy. Like, it wasn't even like high classic, you know, D&D high fantasy. It was like something else. And I was like, wow, this really feels like they're playing a campaign.
I don't know if you...
Ooh, nice, Nicole.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is the vibe, Pastry Puff. It is. It is the vibe. Stark's player needed to take the bar exam. So we have an arc for the other two. It's funny, but it's true. I was sad that we didn't get a lot of Stark, but I was not disappointed in any way by the test arc. It was good.
I think it was very well balanced, because realistically, what would Stark have done during...
Yeah. No, understandable. But like my boy, you know,
try to shoehorn in characters where they don't belong, and then the cast just becomes way too bloated.
Yeah.
But this was balanced. Like, they knew to introduce some new characters, because it's a training arc. You got to have some new characters and new friends to become enemies and enemies to become friends, it makes sense to kind of leave Stark behind to kind of do his own thing with
Yeah, but it's
the
like,
old
my
man and his
boy!
training. I did miss my boy. Oh, nice, Nicole. I gotta get more free run books.
But
I started reading
Pathfinder...
past the manga.
Oh yeah, you started reading past the show? Ooh.
Yeah, I currently own, I think it's the 7th volume. It's either the 7th or the 8th, I forget. But I need the next one. I will say, past where the anime leaves off, it keeps the wholesome learning as we go vibes.
Ah.
And that is what we want.
Yeah, no, very, very true, Pastry Puff. Very true. Whoop. I missed a blending part.
No.
Alright, we're nearly there, and just in time.
Yeah, good timing tonight, Ori.
Indeed. There's a reason that I do this as my main thing. So, Pastry Puff, I think you were just special. You got a special, different treatment on your first revenge. But, yeah, I can't keep that up. It's gonna be rendered busts from here on out. I tried, and I realized why I did it last time. But I can get a lot of attacks out this way. But it's easy.
Get those points.
Alright. Well, thank you all for coming to our first week of Art Fight. This will basically be our comic corner for the rest of the month.
Return.
I'll probably be doing attacks, outside of this as well. But if you want me to guarantee attack you, attack me first. I thankfully don't have enough people
no choice to retaliate.
where I don't have enough time to revenge. So at this moment in time, will always revenge. If suddenly that changes, you'll get an update next week. But especially if you're in this community here, so I recognize your name, you're likely to get a revenge, almost definitely. But thank you all for coming out. There is no stream Thursday because it is 4th of July here for us in the States, and there will be lots of fireworks that we either want to watch or would interrupt. So,
yes. Some of us live very close to the fireworks.
Yeah. We will instead see you hopefully on Friday for more Ace Attorney investigations. We are moving into Turnabout Reminiscence, which I'm excited for. Gumshoe
flashback
stuff.
Case.
Ooh,
I'm very excited.
And it'll be back in the Dylan show because I don't think Mars or my characters are well, Mars's character is supposed to be there.
I know Kay is supposed to be there, but I gotta figure out how to do Child Kay's voice.
Ooh, that'll be a time. So, we'll see you then. Have a happy 4th if you celebrate. If not, we'll see you on Friday. And yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night, all. Thanks for coming out.